So you went in? Things are changing so fast that everyone can't accept it for a moment, but no one is against it. Yunwoo, several people follow the other family members. I don't know why, everyone's eyes can't help wandering around for a moment, maybe because the lineup is too strong. At the moment when they appeared behind the crowd, Emoen's eyes didn't leave Yunwoo. The old man still stood beside Emoen, and it seemed that the old man also found Yunwoo. Your Highness, I'll take her down. The old man said he would do it. Cloud Dance saw the old man's intention, but did not care. Also waiting for defense, she knew that the old man did not have the opportunity to fight. If not, Emoen waved his robe and brushed his palm to stop the old man's action. Let her in. Your Highness. The old man looked at Emoen in disbelief. Emoen looked at the old man and said something to him. See the old man's face, a green, indignant stare. Cloud Dance one eye, heart unwilling to leave. Then Emoen takes back his eyes on Yunwoo and looks at the crowd again as if nothing had happened, as if he had not paid special attention to those people. Looking at the communication between the two people, the Cloud Dance slightly pursed lips light pick. The light between the eyebrows is comparable to the bright sun at the moment. Suddenly, a force of arrogance hit Yunwoo's arm. If it wasn't for Long Qingxie, she would have been knocked out of place. Looking up displeased, he touched a middle-aged man in a white robe and a black cape. At that moment, the four eyes were opposite, the cloud dancing calm eye color, the instant ripple wave, fleeting, this breath, this feeling she has not forgotten. Evil people! How dare you want to be a member of the beast family so blatantly? Some are too arrogant. Sorry. The middle-aged man bowed slightly, looked at Yunwoo's eyes, but seemed to have another meditation. After a moment's look, he turned and disappeared beside Yunwoo. Uncle Seven is here. Welcome. Emoen saw the middle-aged man and saluted with a smile. The middle-aged man, who was called Seventh Uncle, nodded slightly, turned and walked into the stone gate. What he didn't know was that he was arrogant and hard to get close to. But Yunwoo saw the rush when he entered the stone gate. Seeing the man disappear in the direction of the stone gate and in her sight, she frowned slightly. How could the seventh uncle of the prince of the beast family be related to the evil faction? Things seemed to be getting more and more interesting. Yunwoo didn't see the evil eyes staring at her in the stone gate, but Long Qingxie saw it, and he laughed deeply. In the dark of the desert, Yunwoo entered the family and became the guests of the family. It all seemed so natural that everyone had no doubt, except for the two. Is the night, the miserable half-moon hanging in the air, emitting a pale, almost brilliant, the night, dead, quiet, clear swing. You shouldn't be here without a reason to convince me. In the dark and silent night, a voice like the clear moon comes out flat, but with a simple and clear threat. Under the pale moonlight, the purple figure seems to exude a unique color, which is consistent with the night but makes people feel so conspicuous. The cloud dances to hang Mao to circulate, ponder for a moment, the Mao sun of crystal bright as snow is tiny to lift. Come to seek your highness to make an alliance, don't know your highness has interest? Alliance? Emoen laughed sarcastically and thought he had heard the wrong thing. In the Phoenix clan, do I need to make an alliance with others? His tone was haughty and confident, but the momentary lack of confidence was captured by Yunwoo. Looking up at the half-moon in the sky, she said coldly, the moon is very big, but it can't stand the wind and rain in the sky. Now the moon is only the last ray of light. It's very possible that there will be no moon tomorrow night. Smell speech, Mo is dark, the corner of the mouth tight, close, some, looking at the vision of cloud dance changed to look at. And the old man beside him, who was very quiet tonight, looked strange when he heard the words of cloud dance. How do you want to form an alliance? Emoen let go. Speaking of this point, if he still insists on pretending that he doesn't understand, it will be considered that she is wrong, and she has accepted the loss, but it turns out that she has won. Your enemy is also mine. How about helping each other and eradicating them at one stroke? The cloud dances, the willow eyebrows pick slightly, asking. Emoen thought for a long time, then said, how did you provoke them? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how you provoke the same enemy. Even if the alliance is reached, I still have a question to ask the prince. She wanted to know about Fenghuang, so she could only ask him casually. Excuse me, do you have a sister or a sister? Although this question is a bit superfluous, it needs to be asked step by step. Otherwise, the intention is too obvious and it is not good. Desert dark smell speech, look melancholy some, still nodded, have a younger sister. What about people? The cloud dances to pick eyebrows, and the cold voice is tinged with a trace of urgency. Emoan shook his head and looked at a remote mountain palace in the distance, which was covered with moss, as if it was isolated from the world. Under the pale moonlight, the mountain palace is even colder and desolate, just like the leaves falling on the top of the mountain palace at the moment, abandoned and never remembered. Locked in there? Cloud Dance frowns. Is little Stinky's mother really imprisoned? Emoan nodded and looked at Yunwoo with a trace of doubt. How do you know I have a sister? The whole Phoenix family should know about this? Yunwoo looks at him with an eyebrow. Emoan smiles, and the corners of his lips are bitter and infected. Looking at the mountain palace, the air of Cloud Dance's eyes was sharp and cold, and the indifferent air around became sharper. Your Highness, it's getting late. Let's have a rest early. Lung for a moment, touched the cloud ice-cold eyes. He nodded, turned and disappeared in the night, followed by the old man behind him also left. After a long time, the purple figure still stood in the same place, as if waiting for something. Finally, a trace of displeasure and coldness passed between her eyebrows, and she looked back at the tree in the dark. If you don't have the most basic trust, it's okay if the alliance doesn't work. Suddenly, a change of the big tree flashed by. Yunwoo couldn't feel the old man's existence. She also guessed that the old man was spying on her, so she didn't care anymore. Taking back her eyes, Yunwoo looks at Shanggong again. Is that her illusion? She saw a shadow sneaking into the mountain palace. And the breath of the figure is the breath of the beast men. Does Fenghuang have anything to do with Wanwoman? Want to know is also simple. Go in to have a look to know. Vermilion evokes a light smile. The ghost-like figure in the night flashes away. In the mountain palace, which has been abandoned for many years. Moss-covered, vines winding, dust all over. The night here is early autumn, mountain palace. The slightly cold night, it is more cold. You again. In the dark and humid mountain palace, a voice of anger and vicissitudes resounded. This time, I'm here to help you. A deep, hoarse voice followed like sandpaper. I don't believe you. What have you done to my son? Give him back to me. Fenghuang roared. Her voice was a little hoarse. She was tied to her body by a black iron chain, and the hot phoenix itself seemed to fade a lot because of the cold place. The last time I saw her so proud, this time I have been devastated to such a place. Is it just because she gave birth to a son in private that she came to such an end? Is it too far-fetched to combine this reason with this end? In the slit, Yunfei looks at the iron chain tied with Fenghuang, and her eyes are dim. The iron chain has been applied with spiritual power. It seems that the spiritual power can make anyone unable to use power, including Fenghuang. To tell you the truth, your son is in danger now. His life is at stake. Do you want to save him? The voice of the beast man in black was extremely subtle, as if he was bewitched. At that moment, the cloud dance was almost brought into the mood by his words. It's Gu. Fenghuang was bewitched by the beast gate. The claws of the beast gate are everywhere. They reach out to the Phoenix family. After a long silence, the anger in Fenghuang's eyes gradually faded away, replaced by the killing intention of Su Sha, but the bottom of her eyes was hazy and confused. Please help me, let me go out and save my son. Fenghuang's huge body collapsed on the ground, begging for the beast. You can't save him with your own strength. If you listen to me, I promise he'll be okay, okay? Will you listen to me? Demonic voice with temptation, torture seems to continue to destroy the consciousness of Fenghuang. I will, well, I'll let you out now and you do as I say. Then 10,000 beast men effortlessly opened the Xian iron chain and left the mountain palace with Fenghuang. The cloud dances and frowns slightly. It seems that the Phoenix girl is really under control. Maybe this banquet held by the beast family will turn into a slaughterhouse. The wind's speed changed slightly, and the figure in the corner had disappeared. In the middle of the night, Yunwoo goes back to her residence, intending to stimulate others. Xiaowu, everyone is waiting for you. What are you doing? Now everyone gathered in her room, as if with a hunch that she would be looking for them tonight. What do you think of eating, drinking, and having fun doing nothing? Yunwoo sits on the stool and asks everyone what they mean. What does this mean? Why do you think so much about it? Cloud Dance frowns. Everyone. If anyone else on the scene asked them this question, they would answer it as soon as they answered it. But if she asked this question, they would have to consider whether there was any trap behind it. I don't think so. It's boring. Shangguan spoke first. Agree. I agree with. It feels like that. Wei Fu prefers this kind of life. Everyone agreed with Shangguan, but Long Qingxie didn't. You are not human, you have no voice. Cloud Dance White He One Eye clearly knew her meaning, also knew to sing against her. If you say that, you will be very sad for your husband. Dragon Qing Evil was hurt bad cover chest, wronged looking at Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance completely ignored his grievances and continued, since you all feel bored, I'll find something exciting for you to do. What exciting thing? Why do they have a bad feeling? Feng Wengv is controlled by the Beast Gate, so she is handed over to Shangguan. The evil faction sneaks in. Nenganji and Kai's, you two go to stare at her. The rest of you will lurk in tomorrow's banquet and solve the problem by yourself. I know. Shangguan touched his forehead with a sad look on his face. But why did the evil faction target the Beast family? Sidu Lan is quite puzzled. They should not be involved in this matter. Cloud Dance dropped Mao to meditate for a while, then Blurry Way, probably is for what thing, where do you come so much nonsense? If I remember correctly, did you rob the evil faction? Sidu Lan couldn't help laughing. Cloud Dance looked at C2 Lan's eyes deeper. She forgot that this guy is not a simple person. I'm tired, I'll go back to have a rest. The sky is slightly bright, the dawn rises, and the Beast family has been noisy. It's a great honor for me to come to the centennial banquet of the Beast family. Yes, I remember the last centennial banquet was a goddess forget it. It's all in the past. In the crowd, many people are complimenting Emoan. The divine Beast family is the most noble blood of the Phoenix family. On the day of the birth of the Phoenix family, the most noble blood was given to them, and it was handed down from generation to generation. At the beginning of the opening ceremony of the Phoenix family, only the most noble blood of the Phoenix family can enter the holy land of the Phoenix. It doesn't matter. The last centennial banquet is the most memorable one. The corner of Emoan's mouth has been raising a smile, although some reluctantly, speaking of this sentence is not reluctantly. Brother, what is so memorable? In the crowd, a sharp voice came. A woman in a red robe came slowly. Who is it? At the moment of seeing Feng Huingv, Yunwoo was stunned. The last time I saw her, I didn't see her human form. Now I see that she is very similar to her body temperament. But she was locked up in the mountain palace for so long, and she was bound by the black iron chain. Her power and spiritual power must have been greatly impacted. How could she return to human form? At this time, Shangguan came to Chaoyan dance. Did the beast men help her? Shangguan slightly jaw head. The purpose is to return to the Phoenix. Sure enough, as she guessed, the Beast Gate wants to control the Phoenix family and start from Fenghuingv. In the crowd in the distance, a ghost-like figure appeared. He deliberately hid in a corner. No one found him, but Yunwoo found him. It seems that the next thing will be lively. In the distance, when I saw the Phoenix Princess, I was stunned for a moment, then I hid my emotion. How can you be here? The centennial banquet, how can I be missing? Fenghuing's smile, over the desert dark, came to the stage. Somebody, take her down for me. The old man beside Emoan gave a big drink and looked too excited. Fenghuingv just glanced at him and didn't say anything. There was no tension in her speech and behavior. A large number of guards of the Beast family swarmed to catch Fenghuingv, but they were stopped by Emoan's hand. All of them stopped and finally stepped back. My sister ran out today, regardless of the clan rules. What's the reason for that? It seems that the beast family is not all muddle-headed, and Timoan, an intelligent man, knows that there must be something hidden about the Phoenix girl. I'm looking for my son. If I can't find my son, I won't be imprisoned. Fenghuang said. You mean? Mo dark eyes a deep. Don't forget at the beginning you are because of what was punished. There is hatred, worry, satire and sorrow. How can you have a face after doing that? That man is the enemy of our Phoenix clan. I even gave birth to a child for the enemy. I would rather leave the family than protect the child. This. Pointing to the Phoenix girl Yunyunfin, the owner of the Phoenix family said that no one knew better than them about what happened in those years. The only saint of the beast family was actually unmarried and pregnant first, and the man was the old enemy of the Phoenix family. I didn't forget what happened in those years, and I didn't forget the punishment I should have received. Let go of this. I am the saint of the sacred beast family, the only covenant person in the Holy Land, and I have no contact with him, and I have been imprisoned for 100 years. Isn't that enough? Hoarse low roar, instantly over the crowd, everyone heard her words, all stopped to blame, fell into a dead silence. Only the goddess of the Phoenix family is qualified to enter the Phoenix Holy Land. It is said that if the beast family is in fatal danger, the goddess can take people to the Holy Land for refuge, which is also the importance of the existence of the Phoenix goddess. When people heard Fenghuang's words, they began to whisper. They all felt that Fenghuang's words were very reasonable. She is the one who can save them at the critical moment. The clan rules are important, but life is more important. Since they have no contact, I think we should let it go. I also think that the man has been sealed, and there will be no more trouble. Emoan listened to everyone's words. His face was dignified, but there was a trace of joy in his eyes. Could he finally reunite with his family? Now that you all say so, let's take advantage of today to restore her status as the saint of the beast family. Agreed. Cheers rose in the distance, infecting not only them, but also the beast man hiding in the crowd. The man hears that Fenghuang has recovered her identity, turns around and disappears in the same place. Nangong Ichi looks at Yunwu in the night, and the three look at each other and nod. Then they chase after each other. Where is the next step to control the Phoenix clan? Watching the crowd, the clouds danced and the willow eyebrows wrinkled slightly. At the moment, the evil faction also left. Looking at the figures who left, the cloud danced and dropped their eyes. What is the purpose behind the evil faction's desire to get the Phoenix seal on her? What's that Phoenix seal for? Little thing, the party has begun. What do you think? Dragon Qing evil sea cloud dance has been silent low head. No, she must think of something. Well, Yunwu was dragged back to his mind by Dragon Qingxia, and his mind recovered in a moment of confusion. I didn't think about anything, so I won't go to the banquet first. I have no appetite for this. I don't think I have any appetite for my husband. Why don't we eat something with appetite? With a smile of evil spirit, the dragon rippled the radian of enchantment. Cloud danced slightly jaw head, back to a smile. This man, always know what she wants to do. Those who should come and those who should leave have come. It's time to meet. Just as they left, after greeting the guests, Emoan saw their back, pondered for a second, and followed their direction. And at the moment, the Phoenix girl behind him, looking at his back, is full of killing intention. In the secluded mountain palace forest, the three figures are opposite, and their faces have begun to meet. Are the people of the Beast Gate also within the scope of the invitation of the Phoenix clan? Warm and cool voice like Qingquan, but with a trace of cold indifference. The black-robed man heard the words, and the light and color of his eyes were cold. I advise you not to interfere in the affairs of the Beast Gate. I know it's the Beast Gate, and we've also stepped in. I'm afraid your threat is not strong. Nangong smiles, a little thin and cool. Waste what words? Chi Knight coldly glanced at Nangong Yi. The next second red snake sword suddenly appeared. What's the next step of Beast Gate? Looking at her quick change of clothes, Nangong Yi's mouth passes a helpless smile, looking at the black-robed man's eyes, hoping that he can catch the only chance to live. I'm in charge of the beast gate, of course. Black-robed people care nothing about saying their purpose. Generally, there is only one result in such an answer. Either he or they will die. Obviously, this man wanted to kill them. Now that I know. If you die, will the plan of controlling the Phoenix clan be delayed? The black-robed man wanted to say that if she knew his purpose, she would have to die, but she was robbed by the night and provoked first. The man's self-esteem was immediately hurt by 10,000 points. Just the two of you? The black-robed man spoke with disdain and sneered. What if we were added? In the distance, a voice of arrogance and indifference came. It was not loud, but it was enough to frighten the hearts of all the people present. Under the breeze, the purple figure's clothes are scattered, and there is a cool beauty between the eyebrows. The white-robed man, evil spirit, is accompanied by a trace of arrogance and calm. At the moment of seeing the cloud dance, the face of the black-robed man changed, and almost all the people in the Beast Gate didn't recognize the cloud dance. It's you! The man in black looked alert. Last time, she made a big noise about the family of 10,000 beasts. She made a mess of the family of 10,000 beasts, but she escaped under the eyes of the family of 10,000 beasts. What a powerful force. I don't know if we can compete with you? The cloud dances to pick eyebrows. There is some provocation in the words. It's you. I didn't expect you to be in the Phoenix family. There is something deep in the words of the black-robed man. So, do you think you can leave alive? Let him leave will not only let 10,000 Beast Gates speed up to control the Phoenix clan, but also expose her whereabouts. Does she know how crazy 10,000 Beast Gate is now for her whereabouts? At this time, at the other end of the forest, a few shadows suddenly appeared. The scorched leaves were crushed, whining and echoing. It seems that all the people we should meet have met. After seeing the cloud dance, the three evil people glanced at the crowd and walked straight to the cloud dance. Hand over the things. Cloud dance sneers. What thing? What you robbed? Cloud dance raises mouth to see to dragon poor evil. Some doubt innocent. I don't remember I robbed thing. They have a bad memory. The dragon comforted her with evil love. She has a bad memory, right? Cut the crap and hand it in. Boo! A touch of edge roared by, praying that the knight had joined the battle. Cloud dance cold Mao glanced at that black-robed person, toward the dragon Ching Xia pulled to pull the corner of the mouth. You come or I come? You can't help such a trifle. The ape appeared, the killing intention in the golden eyes flashed by, the thin lips lifted an evil smile, and the shadow swept away. They were already intertwined. In an instant, the breath of the quiet woods suddenly changed, full of murderous edge. On the other side of the forest, Emon looked at the entangled people, and his eyes were unpredictable. Although it happened in his own territory, now he didn't seem to want to stop it. Bang! Poof! Two painful groans sounded at the same time, and the battle ended at the same time. Emon watched them solve those people by hand. He looked a little complicated. His strength was already above him. He seemed to be some dangerous people. In the woods where the silence was restored again, the sound of a hasty step spread. Your Highness, the Phoenix seal is gone. Smell speech, Emon hands tight. The vision stares at several people in the distance. Some query, who discovered? The saint wants to get back the Phoenix seal, but the person guarding it finds out. Touching the dark face of the desert, the visitor didn't go on. The Phoenix seal is placed in the most secret dark grid of the mountain palace. Dark is especially the 5 elements and 8 trigrams array placed in the border. Except for himself, only his late father and 7th uncle know about it. Is it the desert is dark, and the eyes are dark? Everyone, the visitors are all guests. What can't be solved? Why fight? Cloud Dance glanced back at the desert dark one eye, some ironic smile. Your Highness just now to stop, I'm afraid it's too late. Emon went to Yunwu and looked down with a smile. It's not too late. Aren't they still alive? Then he called to the bodyguard who followed him in the distance. Take them down. In an instant, more than a dozen bodyguards came and took away the black-robed man and the 3 evil sects, but there were still several bodyguards standing beside them, and they didn't seem to want to leave. Cloud Dance Tiny Pig Star Mao. Your Highness, what is this meaning? Take out what you find, and there's no meaning at all. Emoan carries his back with both hands, raises his chin slightly, and looks at the Cloud Dance haughtily. Smell speech, Cloud Dance light cool smile, although did not completely trust this person, but change so fast still let her surprised so. Your Highness, do you think it's possible for me to pick up the meat in my mouth and let me spit it out? Take out something. I'll help you find what you want. If you don't take out something, you won't get anything. It's a threat, it's also a kind of temptation, but what makes her most unhappy is being threatened, and what makes her most disdain is temptation. Your Highness, do you really think I'm a fool? This kind of temptation deceives the fool not to be able to believe. Given something to him, can he help her find the heart of the wind? If this had happened, it would not have happened now. It's not that he treats you as a fool, but that if you're smart, you'll give it up. In the distance, Feng Weng's voice came in at the right time. At the end of the speech, the Cloud Dancing Star's eyes narrowed slightly, and things became more and more lively and intense. Looking back, for eyes relative, deaf enemy meet, especially blush. Feng Weng, long time no see. Well, you robbed my son at the beginning and now you robbed my things. If you don't hand them over today, I'll kill you. Feng Weng's eyes at Yunwu are like a dagger of Minghua, and she wants to cut her to pieces. Yunwu talks meaninglessly. The people who are controlled like walking corpses are really terrible. They seem to confuse right and wrong even more. Are these also the consciousness given to her by the demagogues? After thinking about it, Yunwu looks back at the black-robed man who was killed by Dragon Qingxia. It seems that the person who controls Feng Weng is not him, but someone else. In other words, one woman has already controlled Feng Weng, but has been waiting for an opportunity to control Feng Weng. Feng Weng looks at Yunwu, her eyes are fierce, but Yunwu feels that her real eyes are not looking at her, but at the desert. Did you find anything? Yunwu glanced at the desert and motioned to the dragon. Dragon tilted evil slightly jaw head, attached to the Cloud Dance ear, evil spirit way, fight in the den, lose both sides, who sit to receive the benefits of the fisherman? I agree with him too. Nangong Yi added. Anyone can see that Emoan is tearing down the bridge. He will not suffer. Even if Yunwu agrees, the other 3 will not agree. If you have the ability, do it. She glanced at Feng Weng indifferently. Feng Weng's final goal must be to kill Emoan. If the 10,000 Beast Gate controls the only successor of the Divine Beast family, it is equal to controlling the whole Phoenix family. Feng Weng was hit by Yunwu's words, and instantly appeared. Her eyes were covered with blood, and she looked a little painful. She came straight to Yunwu. Where did you hide my son? A roar from all over the world is like thunder, which makes everyone cool. Cloud Dance looks at the Feng Weng who is in a rage and frowns. Is she talking to her? The sharp phoenix claw, sharp as a fire hook, cuts through the sky, carrying a roll of leaves, killing attack. I'll kill you. Feng Wengnu looked at Yunwu and roared. A front hook was straight toward Yunwu's chest, as if she wanted to cut her belly. After the Cloud Dance, she leaped a step, but it was still a little late. The purple robe was scratched instantly. If it was a second later, it would be her heart. How cruel! Long Qingxia's Apei sword moves, praying that the snake sword is cold in the night, and Nangong Yi's breath is cold. The 3 men are ready to fight, just like 3 leopards who are angry. They will not be merciful in one move. Take a rest. I'll do it myself. The appearance of Cloud Dancing Black Flame Broadsword prevents the 3 people who just want to move. Their clothes clank and they are involved in the battle with Feng Weng. Let the 3 of them do it. Can little Stinky's mother live well? Feng, you keep saying, son, is it really dangerous, or does anyone take advantage of it? Cloud Dance Low exit, the power of magic bite form a vortex, directly surrounded Feng Weng in the dark, even if she exudes the holy red light, also can't subvert the siege of magic bite. Whirlpool, Feng Weng moment dull, empty fundus, a moment seems to have lost all combat effectiveness, fell into memory. The next second, suddenly eyes pain helpless, then eyes scarlet a ruthless, I must kill you. Look, it's useless. Bang! The whirlpool burst in the next second, and Feng Huang's huge body soared directly into the air, like a bird, which was sprayed into the air, unable to control herself. After the explosion, there was a dead silence all around. Everyone looked at the air, the fundus of their eyes were a little surprised. Just by the dark power to throw into the air Feng Huang actually disappeared? It was like fusion in the air, there was no trace at all. Long Qingxie, Nanganji and Kai's all look at Yunwu. They all think of each other. Is that the most wonderful scene? Suddenly, a red light appeared in the air, like burning cotton, or a burning cloud, which was flying towards the ground at a very fast speed. No, it's not flying, it's falling. Large objects generally do not fall rapidly. And the object's target, as they expected, was really dim. Your Highness, be careful. The anxious voice of the old man standing not far from the desert echoed around. Of course, Emun saw that the huge object was falling rapidly over him, but the speed of that moment, the dull of that moment, made him unable to escape. Just 1 second before the huge object hit the desert, Feng Huang's body finally appeared, and her fierce eyes were full of the pleasure of killing the target. Emoan looks at Feng Huang's near face and slightly squints. He seems to understand something, but he seems to understand it too late. Bang! A loud noise splashed on the ground, shaking like an earthquake. Suddenly, cracks appeared on the ground, and the cracks continued to extend. The dust floated in the air with a bloody smell. Rumbling footsteps are coming from all directions, whispering where the sound comes from. The blood stain confused his eyes, and the bloody figure stood upright, and the Guwu sword in his hand was still shaking and ringing. At that moment, everything seemed to change. You are human surprised voice with a trace of disbelief. The old man pointed to the cloud, fingers are still shaking. Didn't your master tell you? Cloud Dance put away the ancient martial arts sword, looking at the people who suddenly stopped behind. A trace of indifference passed in the star eyes. This is the trouble. Just now, in order to help Emoan block the blow, she had to use her own human power, which would completely expose her human identity. And this scene happened to be seen by the old man and heard by a group of people. Emoan stood up in a bit of embarrassment, threw a grateful look at Chaoyun Dance, and then looked at the phoenix in the pool of blood, with a changeable and complicated look at her eyes. Why is she trying to kill him? Just at that moment, he seemed to capture her fundus struggle. This is not her own consciousness. She's human because of a human query. The crowd of Feng Huang people fell into a noisy dispute. Is she a ghost? Do nobles still need to be so secretive? If you want me to see it, it's just a lowly human who has mixed in. There must be some purpose. I think the recent changes of the Phoenix clan must have something to do with them. People, you and I, when it comes to human beings, it seems that we can't say everything in a lifetime. Cloud Dance frowns. No one saw her just when she saved Emon. Now when she said she was human, they all heard it. Is God playing with her? Your Highness, they must have something to do with what happened all of a sudden. The old man took a look at the dazed Feng Huang and then glanced at the clouds. The anger at the bottom of his eyes was obvious. Xiao Wu, look at you. You've saved others and made them regard you as their enemy. Why should you have known that before? Shengguan didn't know when he came out of the crowd. His narrow eyes looked at the old man, hoping to crush him to death. Old man, the other people didn't see it because they didn't catch up. When you saw it, you still opened your eyes to tell lies. Are your eyes used to breathe? Meng Bai followed closely out of the crowd. Others didn't see the scene just now, but she and Shengguan saw it. If she hadn't saved his master would have been integrated with the land. If she didn't thank him for saving his life, she wouldn't have said it. She even wanted to do something wrong, this matter. Your Highness, no matter what the reason is, the rule that Phoenix people are not allowed to enter cannot be changed. The big guy will help you to catch them. They're all in one group. Let's catch them together and make an example. One after another, Emoan couldn't get in. Waste. Yunwu sneers and curses. Originally, she thought he was a smart man, but she didn't expect him to be such a wimp. It seems that she is wrong. Big guys, kill them together. With a leading shout, all the people who attended the banquet swarmed on, and the atmosphere around them suddenly became strange and tense. They are all dignified figures in the major families of the Phoenix clan. Their strength, not to mention, is enough for them to drink just by turning them into Numenon. Just think about it, a group of Phoenix will trap you to death. What's your feeling? As the saying goes, a strong dragon can't beat a local snake. No matter how powerful they are still a little inferior to the huge animals in terms of terrain and climate. What to do? Pray for the night, looking at the colorful phoenix flying in the air, looking at the rare frown of cloud dance. What else can we do? At the end of the speech, the cloud dancing figure flashed, and the wind element attacked the body, which had turned into a fuzzy highlight. The rest of the people looked at the bright spot, could not help muttering, really promising. Although it's a bit unpromising to run away like this, it's also like the style of cloud dance. You don't have to fight hard, so you don't have to fight hard. If you can run, you can run. A few figures are as fast as a shuttle. They move quickly in the woods. In an instant, they jump out of the woods and come to a peak. Yunwoo suddenly stops and looks at the boundless mountains in front of her. There is a trace of surprise in her eyes. There is such a large natural mountain range in the family of sacred beasts. The mountain range is surrounded by powerful forces, with a cool feeling, just like the most holy breath of iceberg, baptizing all these evils. No wonder, as the most noble lineage family of the Phoenix, they live in such a remote place, probably for the sake of this mountain. They're coming at once. It's the first time I've been chased so hard. If you can't, let's go. I don't know whether it's a mule or a horse. Meng Bai, Shangguan and Situlan are panting for breath after being chased by a group of phoenix in the air behind them. They always feel that it's not the way to go on like this, and ask Yunwoo for advice. Yunwoo just looked at the peak, sometimes frowning, sometimes confused, and didn't seem to hear what the three people behind him said. Three people look at each other, know what she is thinking, very witty, no longer speak. As the sun was shining in the sky, the shadow gradually came and became closer and closer. They looked back at the Phoenix family and protected the cloud dance behind them, ready to fight. Over the mountain. Yunwoo looks at the mountain peak and suddenly talks. The same second the words fall, the shadow covers. Just 1 second before the Phoenix family falls, the shadow of the 9 people bends and jumps up into the sky in a perfect arc. No. They want to enter the Holy Land. Stop them at the last second of crossing the towering mountain. They seem to hear the dialogue under the mountain. Holy Land? Is this mountain behind the sacred place mentioned by the Phoenix people? The Holy Land that only the Phoenix Saint can open? However, she was very curious about a question. The Phoenix Saint without the key to open the Holy Land. Can you open the Holy Land? After thinking about it, the cloud danced with vermilion lips. Facing the rising wind, involuntarily took out the phoenix in the space and watched it. Little dance, what is that? Situlan is a little puzzled behind Yunwoo. Although she doesn't know what it is, it must be a good thing, otherwise she won't show such a sly smile. I heard that the key to the Holy Land has been lost? Long Qingxia glanced at Situlan, then looked at Cloud Dance, thin lips wantonly evil spirit way, little thing know what lost. Cloud Dance will Phoenix seal backspace. Light response A. Don't know. This guy knows that what they are looking for is Phoenix seal, and Long Qingxia Situlan looked at each other, and the corners of his mouth were hooked. At that moment, 9 people had safely landed on the other end of the mountain. At the other end of the mountain is a mountain more than 3 meters high. It looks like the ground has been paved all the way. Only in the middle of the mountain stands a piece of earth house. The area of the cave is immeasurable. The color of the cave is aging and there are cracks all around it. It seems that it should be extremely old. The only entrance to the cave should be the one not far away. But outside the cave, which is in front of their stations, there is a pool of silver water. I don't know what it is used for. There is a strong and strange border on the top of the cave. If you want to enter the cave, you have to walk through the silver water. The silver water is like mercury, like a living body, constantly rotating and fluctuating. All of a sudden, the mind of the dragon Tingjuan glittering, a touch of mosquito information presented in the cloud dance mind. Phoenix magma, a product left by the Phoenix people in ancient times, has human spirit and super spiritual power. Now it only exists in front of the holy land of the Phoenix people. Every saint of the beast family has to undergo the sharp metamorphosis of Phoenix magma to become a new saint. The last sentence attracted the attention of Yunwu. If ordinary people forcibly enter the border through the Phoenix magma, they will be devoured by the Phoenix magma, unless they follow the saint. So the cave in front of them is a decoration? The Fenghuang people behind them have started to fall on the top of the mountain. They can come to them in a short time. At that time, they will either be caught or be in a fierce battle. It's not that funny. Let's leave first. Shengguan looks at Feng magma and his face changes. It seems that he has heard about Feng magma. How do you know? Meng Bai frowned. He didn't know that the Phoenix family still had this thing. I remember seeing this thing. I heard that it can cure internal injuries, but it's not something that ordinary people can control. He once saw Shangguanzhong take Feng magma, but it was finally eaten by Feng magma, and the damage was even more serious. This Feng magma is a barrier to the holy land of the Phoenix people. How could it be so easy to control it if it was left behind in ancient times? Looking at the Phoenix magma, she has a feeling that something is leading her all the way here. She has a premonition that she can pass through the Phoenix magma. In the past, dare you have a try? Cloud dance swept a few people one eye. There is not a trace of joking flavor between the words. If she continues to leave, she will fall into endless pursuit and being pursued, and it will be even more difficult to find the heart of the wind. She also wants to go to this holy land, and maybe the result will not disappoint her. After confirming that Yunwu was not joking, several people nodded one after another without any hesitation. There's nothing I can't do. Don't you dare. What dare we big men do? There's another woman. My husband will be with you, of course. Cloud Dance slightly jaw-head, glanced at a dents flying from the Phoenix people, take a deep breath, turned and jumped into the Phoenix magma. At that moment, it was like cold ice water attacking the body. The cool feeling filled the whole body all of a sudden. The movements kept spinning around. It was cold but comfortable. Well, I'm looking for death. Fenghuang people on the edge of Fenghuang magma look at the people who walk into Fengjiang magma, and their mouths stir up a touch of disdain. In their opinion, it's not the blood of the saint or the beast. There's only one way to die. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds every second in the past, the Fenghuang people on the edge of the magma pool looked surprised until they were completely petrified. Seeing Cloud dance, several people immediately passed through the magma pool, but they were not eaten by Feng magma. Everyone was full of a question in their heart. What's the matter? How could that be? The voice of surprise trembled. How can they get through it? Looking at the people who passed through Feng magma, they were petrified. Even Emoan, who came here later, was shocked. Only the blood of the noble animals could enter this place. How could they? They were surprised, but even more surprised was Yunwu. At the same second that Yunwu stepped out of the magma pool, the phoenix mark on his shoulder changed obviously. Until now, through his clothes, he can see that the mark is shining. It radiates the red light of Phoenix Nirvana rebirth, just like a flame that is constantly burning, growing and breaking out of cocoon. Through the robe, the mark on the shoulder is like a virtual shadow, which has been completely presented and is constantly burning in the form of an illusory flame. This mark was made by Xiao Chou at the beginning, which was a witness of his willingness to become a contractual relationship with her. Although he was very strange about this mark at that time, he only thought it was necessary for the contract, but he didn't expect that it was not so simple. Now it seems that she was able to successfully pass through the magma pool because of it. It seems that the thing that led her was this mark. What is that? Am I wrong? Looking at the more and more clear marks on Yunwu's shoulders, A sudden voice over the magma pool was particularly surprised. Am I wrong too? Unexpectedly. The man looked at the mark on Yunwoo's shoulder and couldn't help swallowing. How can something that hasn't appeared in 100 years suddenly appear in a human? It's the symbol of the priest. The mark on her shoulder only appears on the Phoenix priest. It's 100 years since the last priest died. I thought it would not appear again, but I didn't expect it to appear on a human. Emoan looked at the clear mark on Yunwoo's shoulder with a dignified look. Who are you? Through the clothes, the mark is clearly visible. It can't be an illusion. Cloud Dance looks back indifferently and says coldly, haven't you already seen it? Just now someone said that this mark is the symbol of the priest. They all saw it with their own eyes. What else do you need to ask? But she didn't expect that the little stink left such a trace on her shoulder at the beginning, which could have such a great effect. Moan, the descendant of the beast family, welcomes the new priest back. Suddenly, Themun half knelt down on the ground with a plop. His chin dropped slightly. His words were sincere and firm. All the Fenghuang people looked at Emoan kneeling and looked at each other. Then they put their eyes on Yunwoo for a moment and couldn't get up. Welcome the priest back. In Fenghuang nationality, the status of priests is the highest. They often represent the mystery and future, and represent the comfort of Fenghuang nationality. The Fenghuang people who have just been killed are all mobilized. After learning the identity of the Cloud Dance priest, they all knelt down to submit, and the form changed abruptly, but the Cloud Dance was still unable to adapt. Xiaowu, when did you have this mark? Shengguan looks at Yunwoo's shoulder. The mark is full of dazzling red light, which is more and more intense. The light gradually covers the whole Holy Land. When the contract stinks. Cloud Dance answered absently. Maybe it's a gift from the little guy. Long Qingxia knows what Yunwoo is thinking, but some things don't need to be investigated. Yunwoo gave him a clear smile, and then looked at the Phoenix people who were still on the ground. Their eyes were indifferent. Since I know that I am a priest, I should be able to enter this holy place? After the week, Emon stood up, and then a group of people behind him, the Phoenix in midair, all stood up. The murderous intention just now has disappeared, replaced by respect and novelty. Many people have hardly seen the previous generation of priests, and are full of curiosity and inquiry about the people in the position of priest. The Holy Land was originally the place where the last priest lived, but now the key to open the Holy Land is lost, and the mechanism of the Holy Land cannot be opened. There was some guilt in Emoan's words, and then he said, but even if you don't lose it, you can't get in. How do you say that? Cloud Dance picks eyebrows. She has the key. It's no problem to open the gate of the Holy Land. How can she not get in again? The Holy Land is spiritual. I don't know how your mark came from, but if the Holy Land doesn't recognize you as the new master, you still can't go in. Is it? Clouds dance and smile like spring breeze. Then he turned and looked back at the groove on the stone gate mechanism of the Holy Land, with a light hook on the corner of his mouth. She took out the Phoenix seal from the space, and then put it in the groove of the stone gate and rotated it gently. The next second, a touch of red light along the Phoenix seal around constantly wandering, like induction, the more intense the light. Boom! There was a roar inside the stone gate, and then the gate of the Holy Land trembled slightly, and a crack appeared faintly, which became clearer and clearer. Standing at the gate of the Holy Land, you can almost feel the sound of countless stone gates opening. Is there a stone gate behind the stone gate? All of a sudden, Yunwoo's face changed and he yelled, "Get down!" In the same second when Juma figure fell down, the stone gate was broken instantly, and countless stones were ejected by a powerful force. Every place that fell was a deep stone pit. The stone foam is flying, the gravel is crashing to the ground, and the side of the magma pool is shrouded in obscurity, unable to see the condition of the people inside. After a long time of silence, the dust is still flying, but it's just the dust flying and I can't feel any other sound. Are you all right? Dust blurred the line of sight, desert dark looking at shrouded in the hazy in a few white figure, tone some anxious, but also can't help but surprise. The stone gate is broken. The broken stone gate represents the recognition of the new master by the Holy Land. As a human being, she became the priest of the Phoenix tribe. Is that a joke? But it's true. Looking at the figures standing up one after another in the blur, the drooping corners of the mouth of Emoan stir up. It seems that the Phoenix people will really live in peace with human beings in the future. What's going on? Cloud Dance frown, can't help complaining, one after another bah. As soon as I saw the debris coming from the stone gate, I cried out conditionally, get down, shut up late, and get into the stone foam. Who was lying on me just now? Like a dead pig. Well, what are you two doing? Shangguan pointed to Nangong Yi and prayed for the night, and exclaimed, as if he had found something new. At this time, they are standing next to each other. It doesn't look unusual, but just 1 second ago, Nangongji's right arm was on Qi Yi's shoulder. Qi Yi's was in Nangongji's right arm, which can only be described as ambiguous. Well. The Shangguan let out a scream. Praying for the night, he took back the handle of the snake sword and glanced at the Shangguan coldly. There's a lot of nonsense. Under the white gauze, he couldn't see Nangong Yi's look. After everyone looked away, he looked at his injured left arm and raised a thin, bitter smile at the corner of his mouth. She has his protection, so why should he be so sentimental? Long Qingxia's thin lips are smiling. Nangong Yi can see the abnormality, but he doesn't see it. His well-defined fingers twist the stone dust on the white robe, with a trace of nobility in elegance. Take it away. Cloud Dance willow eyebrow a coagulate, indifferent eye ground flits a silk crimson anger. At the moment, a big hand on her waist is moving down. Although that position is a dead corner, no one can see what he is doing except him, but she can feel Long Qingxia put away the evil spirit's smile, thin lips bent, evil face suddenly wronged up, for the husband hurt. When he rolled off his sleeve, a purple bruise as big as a stone appeared, which was very obvious on his white skin. It seemed that he had just fallen to the ground. What a serious injury. Then I'll comfort you, okay? Yunwu suddenly raised her eyes with a smile. The smile was charming to all living beings, just like the coming of demons, which made everyone dull and confused. Long Qingxia's golden eyes narrowed slightly, and he pressed Yunwu to his chest. His low voice was a little displeased. Don't laugh in other people's face. If you are taken in by others, it will be another trouble for you. Then he glanced at the demented people, and their eyes looked dangerous. The next second, the mercury in the magma pool soared, and the whirlpool directly attacked them. Fortunately, they recovered in time, which saved them from serious injury. Look at my woman, but there's a price to pay. Well, he said to the Phoenix family, but the golden eyes intentionally or unintentionally glanced at Nangong Yi and others, including praying for the night, which was a warning even if a woman looked at him so straightforwardly. The Phoenix people who have come back to their senses, look at the magma pool and look at each other. Did he control the magma just now? How is that possible? Phoenix magma has powerful spiritual power. People who are not Phoenix aristocrats will feel dangerous even when they are close to it. If they are forced to contact, they will worry about their lives. How could he control it? What a strange power. Who are they one by one? Taking back the look of surprise, the Fenghuang people were relieved to see that several people were still making fun of each other. The scene just now was like thunder. If it was them, they would have died long ago. Your Highness, she. Looking at the cloud dance, the old man was surprised and quietly passed by. Emoan understood what he wanted to say and nodded. There's nothing to question. Now that the Holy Land has recognized the new master, they are only happy. At least the new Fenghuang priest appears, representing the integrity of Fenghuang. Now we all know that it's our own people. Can we be demobilized? There's no sense of security in such a big battle. Shangguan couldn't help muttering. Emoan smiles bitterly and says, please come out. There's just one thing that hasn't been dealt with. As a priest, I have the right to participate in the housework of the beast family. Is he talking about Fenghuang? Fenghuang is used by the beast gate. I'm afraid she doesn't know it. It's not easy to solve the problem of control. It seems that it's a real trouble. She put the phoenix seal in her hand into Long Qingxia's arms and looked at several people. You go back to rest first, I'll go by myself. They nodded and left the Holy Land. Yunwu returns to the mountain palace with Emon. At this time, Feng Wangnu has been placed in the mountain palace. It is not so much to be placed as to be imprisoned. What do you think we should do about it? Looking at Feng Wangnu still in a coma, Mo Dun's eyes were worried. I think your highness has already figured out what to do, so why ask us again? I just want to ask your highness a question. Yunwu looks at Feng Wangnu frowning. The holy daughter of the beast family is reduced to the point of being controlled by others. It's really a bit miserable. But it doesn't hurt to ask. It's said that Xiao Smelly's father is the enemy of the Phoenix family, but just for this reason, I'm afraid she won't end up like this. Little stink. The desert is dark. The son of Feng Wangnu. Cloud Dance Road. Desert dark clear nod, black eyebrows slightly wrinkled, seems to sigh. He represents darkness. Phoenix represents light, light and dark how can mix it? In a word, all the reasons are given. No wonder that Cloud Dance's mouth is cold. The accusation of an illegitimate child is not enough to strip the identity and status. Originally, the focus is here. Where is he now? Hearing Yunwu's question, Emoan droops his eyes and ponders, but doesn't answer. Yunwu sees that he doesn't want to answer this question, and doesn't force it. Your Highness, rest early. Then he took a look at the comatose Phoenix girl. Before the Phoenix family is peaceful, let her stay here. Having said that, his clothes floated and he turned to leave the palace. Outside the palace, just at noon, Cloud Dance looks up at the red sky outside the border of the Phoenix tribe, just like a burning red haze. It's beautiful, but it doesn't feel a trace of heat. Little 5. In the distance, a feeble cry rang out. Cloud Dance raises eyes to see, is seeing the official gallop but come. Without waiting for her to say anything, the fast figure suddenly stagnated, fell on the ground, rolled several circles in succession, and then stabilized. As soon as her eyes closed, she was next to the superior. Shangguan's mouth was covered with blood, and his face was slightly pale. It seemed that he had suffered internal injury. What happened? Cloud Dance helped up Shangguan, took out a pill from the space and sent it into his mouth, and asked anxiously. Holy Land. Shangguan looks painful, pointing to the direction of the Holy Land in the distance, but he can't say what he wants to say. Finally, he drops his hands and faints. Cloud Dance eyes color instant cold, will help Shangguan under the tree, cloth on the border to protect him, swept away in situ. Shangguan was injured. How many of them thinking that they were in danger? The purple mirage was instantly integrated with the air, and the power of Wuzong was fully displayed, and the speed could not be forgotten. Just after she left, the uninhibited figure in the border stood up. Looking at the Cloud Dance that had disappeared, Shangguan raised a smart smile at the corner of his mouth, stretched out his palm and vomited out the pills in his mouth. What Xiao Wu gives must be good. Then he put it into his arms, broke the border, and swept away in the direction of the disappearance of Cloud Dance. Holy Land. After Yunwu came to the Holy Land, the gate of the Holy Land had been opened. She remembered that she gave the Phoenix seal to Longqingxi for safekeeping. Did Longqingxi enter the Holy Land by herself? Without time to think about why, she quickened her pace and walked into the Holy Land. As soon as she entered the gate of the Holy Land, Yunwu felt a strong burning feeling, which was similar to the feeling when she entered the Red Fire Dragon Cave. At the beginning, her strength was a small person, and she felt it was difficult to resist the fire of the source of the earth. Now her strength has reached Wuzong, and she still felt it was difficult to resist when she entered here. What's in it? Step by step to explore into the inside, the spirit of exploring around, but did not hear any fighting and breathing sound, just the more into the inside, the more I feel unbearable heat. What's more strange is that when you go inside, the cave, which was originally the same as ordinary stone, turns red. It's like flint. It's like being in a world of fire. It's all scarlet. The fire lights up the surroundings and reflects the fire color. In the air, there is a beautiful smell of the fire color, just like fog curling up. Suddenly she stopped, star eyes indifferent dangerous staring at a place above. I saw a mass of white fog-like things curling up, in the red light, especially abrupt. With the appearance of a strange smell, the white fog gradually took shape, and finally turned into a white fog phoenix. Looking at the scene in front of me, the clouds are dancing and the willow eyebrows are slightly frowning. Is it the ghost of Phoenix? Seeing that the ghost had no malice, she raised her step and planned to leave. They were still waiting for her and couldn't stay any longer. Wait a minute. Just when Yunwoo took the first step, the Phoenix ghost suddenly stopped her. Cloud Dance suddenly stopped, turned around and looked back. I'm in a hurry. If you have something to say, you can't chat. The white fog phoenix's facial features were fuzzy. She could not see her manner, but she could see that the phoenix itself had no malice. Otherwise, she would have flown her long ago, and she would not have wasted time here. I was the priest of the Phoenix clan 100 years ago, no snow. There is no snow hanging in the sky, the shape is now and then, I think it's almost gone, the sound can barely be heard clearly. 100 years ago? The cloud danced in amazement. How did you become like this? As a phoenix, like the dragon, although she can't live forever, it's only more than 100 years away from her now. Isn't she going to die soon? It's a long story. I'm running out of time. To make a long story short, I became a priest 100 years ago. The last generation of priests told me that there will be a catastrophe in the Phoenix clan in 100 years. The source of the catastrophe is the dark sacred beast imprisoned in this holy land. No snow finish a paragraph. Cloud Dance obviously feel its shape more fuzzy, seems to be about to disappear. What can I do for you? It doesn't matter if you want to die. At least answer what you want to say and what I want to know before you die. I'm at the end of my life. I can't do anything to live anymore. Listen to me. For 100 years, I have been in the Holy Land, sealing the dark beast with my spirit body, so that he can't escape. But now I have no strength to seal him, so the phoenix will be entrusted to you. The white fog is on the verge of collapsing, and the posture of the snow-free phoenix can hardly be captured. Isn't he coming out? Cloud Dance frowns, a trace of worry passes through the indifferent eyes. Dragon poor evil, they won't be entangled by the dark beast, right? No, there is a seal that can't be broken by its own power. But if the seal is opened by external forces, it doesn't take much effort. The last priest predicted that the dark beast will destroy the Phoenix family, so we must find a way to prevent other purposeful people from entering the Holy Land to open the seal. Please, only you can wake up the pure blood demon Huang and protect the Phoenix family. What's the use of asking me I'm not? Looking at No Snow before she had finished her words, the white fog had disappeared around her, and the stars were falling and drifting away. Finally, she completely integrated into every corner of the Holy Land. Dark Beast, Pure Blood Demon Huang, who knows what they are? Cloud Dance takes back the vision. The Figure 1 schemes, quickly attacks toward inside. The people of the 10,000 Beast sect have already controlled Fengwengf. Maybe they already know the existence of the dark sacred beast. If they come to the Holy Land to make trouble, the Fenghuang clan will be in danger. Listen to No Snow said, can protect the phoenix only pure blood demon Huang, but where does she know what pure blood demon Huang are? As soon as she heard the word, pure blood, she knew that it was rare among the best. She only saw the ordinary phoenix for a short time. Where can she find the pure blood demon Huang? Shaking his head, Yunwoo put the matter on hold for the time being, but he still had to find them first. These people are they have nothing to rush into any holy land. They just rush into it. It's so hard to find them even if they rush in so far. Just as she murmured and cursed in her heart, the next second her vision suddenly widened. In the open vision, there seemed to be a burning flame. If she had not used the element of fire to resist the temperature, she would not have been able to bear the heat. Xiaowu, we've been waiting for you for a long time. In the open field of vision, Sidu Lan's voice came. After hearing Sidu Lan's languid voice, she finally let go of the heart she was carrying all the way. It seemed that nothing was wrong. How could Shangguan hurt so much? Her phoenix Mao Mi, dangerous breath flits by, seemed to just realize what. Behind him, a touch of familiar breath appeared. Cloud Dance looked back at the man hiding in the corner, lips slightly smile of cold determination. The wound healed so quickly, it seems that the effect of the pill is good. It's none of my business. It's their bad ideas. Shangguan looks at her dangerous smile and trembles. He points to Long Qingxie and Meng Bai, leaving the responsibility clean. She took back her eyes. No one saw the cunning of her eyes at the moment when she took back her eyes. Cloud danced to the spacious space. After thoroughly seeing the scene in the space, the fundus of the eye is still a little bit shocked. The space is round, about 20 meters in diameter. In the middle of the space is a huge fire pool, which is burning with flames. It is as thick as underground magma, and seems to melt at the touch of bones. At the moment of seeing the fire pool, Yunwu felt that the fire in the fire pool was more powerful than her earth source fire. Long Qingxie jumps to Yunwu and looks at the fire pool. His golden eyes are slightly narrowed. This should be the holy fire pool. Holy fire pool? After the original injury of the Phoenix people, there is no way to recover. They can only come to the holy fire pool to absorb the fire source for healing. If they are ordinary Phoenix people, they can only rely on the Holy Daughter to take some fire sources out. How do you know so well? Cloud Dance picks eyebrows. He seems to know a lot about the sacred fire pool. Isn't Fenghuang's son hurt? So I inquired by the way about how I could recover. Long Qingxie is lazy and looks down with a smile. Does he seem to say that he worships his husband? Worship as much as you can. Make it up, keep it up. She is too lazy to expose him. What he said is right. The fire of the holy fire pool can wake him up. The voice of black pride came from the chaos hall in my mind. How's little Stink doing now? I don't know if absorbing aura in Xingmen will help him. The help of Xingmen to him is far less than that of the holy fire pool. Let's move him out and throw him into the holy fire pool. Throw it into the fire pool? Are you sure it doesn't matter? Although the little Stink belongs to the fire system, the fire in the holy fire pool is like magma. It seems that you can't rest assured. In case you melt the little Stink, don't worry. You have a lot of imagination. Hayo seems to see through her thoughts, and there is some helplessness in her words. Cloud Dance this just at ease of tiny jaw head. Consciousness sneak into Chaos Temple, small Stink called out. After a few days of recuperation, Xiao Stinky's coma has calmed down without any pain, but he is still sleeping and does not wake up. I hope this holy fire pool can wake him up. Cloud Dance pulled up the tail of small Stinky, want to throw it into the flame pool, did not shake it. This is helpless to shake his head. 2 hands throw it into the flame pool. How could she forget that his body has doubled in size after eating too much nameless power and fire in the desert? Hayo, do you know the dark beast and the pure blood demon Huang? Black Ao in the chaos hall heard the words of Cloud Dance, and was silent for a long time. It seemed that he was thinking about how to answer her question. The Dark Holy Beast is the king of the Dark Warcraft. The strongest one in the Dark Warcraft is not his opponent with your current strength. The pure blood demon Huang is the purest phoenix of the Phoenix family. As far as I know, there has not been a pure blood demon Huang in the Phoenix family for thousands of years. Hearing Hayo's reply, she knew that the priest had entrusted her with an impossible task. One, she is not an opponent, the other has not appeared yet. Bang long. A loud noise came from the bottom of the holy fire pool, and the whole holy land trembled in an instant. The holy fire in the holy fire pool kept shaking, and the little Stinky body also went up and down. What sound? One strike can make the whole holy land tremble. What a powerful force. It's the dark beast. Yunwu suddenly raised her eyes. The priest who sealed him was dead. Now, although his seal is firm, it's too fragile. If he continues to be crazy, even if the people of the Beast Gate don't know his existence, it's equal to knowing. What is that? Mengbai asked. He had never heard of any other dark beast. A warcraft that we are not rivals. The answer is simple and crude. Originally, they still had some questions to ask, but now they don't need to ask. Anyway, they can't fight. What's the use of knowing? Mama. In the holy fire pool, the little stink murmured. Cloud danced quickly forward a few steps, looking at the small stink in the flame pool, a little worried, uncomfortable. Silence after a long time. Mama, I'm hungry. Cloud Dance's face suave black. A few people around want to smile, dare not smile. Even ice-cold frost prey night face can't help but emerge a smile. Just after Xiao Chou finished his hunger, he began to open his mouth and absorb the flame from the holy fire pool. He kept on eating one mouthful at a time. With his action, his stomach became bigger and bigger, and it was very likely that it would explode in a second. When the belly rises to a certain level, Yunwu finds that its body is also growing rapidly, which is much faster than that in the desert. It can be said that it is growing rapidly. Mama stink. Small stink while eating the fire, while grumbling discontentedly. Yunwu's face is blacker. Hasn't she been training this guy recently? If it wasn't for the fact that it was healing, she would have pressed it mercilessly in the fire pool. The little stink absorbs the fire source of the holy fire pool, and its body grows continuously. Because of the holy fire, its whole body is transparent fire color. All of a sudden, the flame in the holy fire pool burned more fiercely, forcing the clouds and so on. They had to retreat. The flames were burning all around. Fortunately, the dragon used the border. The flame continued to burn and spread. At last, it separated from the flame pool like a waterfall. Damn, that's weird. Shangguan looked at the holy fire which was separated from the holy fire pool. Looking at the little stink which was still motionless on the holy fire, he couldn't help spitting dirty words. Cloud Dance also looked at the little stink. The look at the bottom of the eye is not clear, but cannot hide a trace of surprise. Is she wrong? The flame actually changed with Xiao Chou's posture, and finally formed a phoenix posture, which coincided with Xiao Chou. In the next second, the mark on Yunwu's shoulder suddenly burned, and the sudden appearance of the fire surprised everyone. Don't be so surprised. I can't stand it. Meng Bai couldn't help complaining. Cloud Dance frowns, she does not want to. The flame of the mark and the holy fire merge, and at last they are all absorbed by the little stink. Because of the sacred fire, the little stink body grows up and the phoenix body takes shape instantly. At that moment, the golden light in the cave was so brilliant that I couldn't look directly at it. The little stinky body was actually golden. A golden phoenix. How is that possible? Black proud surprised voice sounded again. What surprised you so much? It is the pure blood demon Huang. Smell speech, Cloud Dance looking at a small stink. Black AO is to say it is pure blood demon Huang? The bloodline that hasn't appeared in 1,000 years? How can it be? It's hard to say. Little stink is a hybrid. How can it be pure blood? But in front of me, Yunwu had to believe what Hayo said. At this time, because the little stink sucks the sacred fire in the sacred fire pool, the original phoenix form has been fully displayed. In the air, a phoenix with golden light hovers, which lights up the whole space and completely covers the red of the flame. At first glance, it looks like a golden palace. The endless golden spirit power is full of all people's senses. Yunwu is surprised to find that the fire power in her body is changing with the change of little stink. As soon as the palm is turned over, a bunch of flames are burning in the palm of the hand. This action alone surprised Long Qingxie and others. Looking at the flame in her palm, Long Qingxie's golden eyes were smiling. Only the flame, he felt the pressure. It seems that your strength has improved again. Yes, the strength of fire element has improved, and her strength has also improved. And it's all because the little stink is getting bigger and stronger. The golden light surrounds Xiao Chou. Xiao Chou has grown to the size of an adult phoenix, and the original half-human form is also evolving. Bang! Under the Earth's surface, there was an earthquake-like roar again, which was more violent than the blow just now. Looking at the tiny traces on the Earth's surface, the clouds are dancing and the undercurrent is surging. What's underneath? Is it the dark beast? At the thought of this possibility, A bloodthirsty radiance rose from the corner of her mouth. Go down and have a look? Dragon Ching evil charm smile, know her mind. Bang! A more violent tremor came again. The cloud dances and frowns. The beast gate has controlled Fengwing for a long time. If it is so busy under the surface every day, the beast gate should have been lurking in for a long time, right? Is it really just because of the seal of the priest's own strength, or because she took a deep look at the evolving little stink? Cloud Dance glanced at the dragon, determined to have a look, and then threw a sentence to the crowd, "You help take care of it. There are walls everywhere. How can you get down?" They all know that the things at the bottom are absolutely not simple. If they go down to have a look, they also have a bottom in their heart. But there are stone walls everywhere. If they say that the entrance is only the magma-like holy fire pool, you're not really going down here, are you? Situ Lan touched his forehead. Although he had some doubts, he already knew the meaning of Cloud Dance. What's wrong? Cloud Dance picks eyebrows. The temperature here is much higher than that of the Red Fire Dragon Forbidden Area. Since they can all come in, there must be no big problem to jump down. As for small problems, ignore it. You belong to the wonderful flower, should be okay, but he. Shengguan glanced at Longqingxi suspiciously and touched Longqingxi's smiling face. He wanted to talk but stopped. Hula, the burning flame of the holy fire pool, seemed to understand the words of the Shengguan and became more arrogant. One looked up to the sky and wagged his tail, and the flame passed directly on the side of Long Qingxia's face, like a demonstration. Long Qingxia just smiles, which makes everyone in the room take a breath. Yunwu frowns. It's hard for this guy to clean up. At a glance of the more restless flame, the cloud danced and threatened, "If something happens, it will happen together. If only he has something to do, I will let little Stinky be buried with him." With one word, the moving flame stopped in midair for a second, and then returned to the flame pool, rippling and calming. Cloud Dance is satisfied with a smile. Toward the Dragon Tilt Evil make a look, Dragon Tilt Evil nod, two white figure together disappeared in the holy fire pool. In the moment of entering the sacred fire pool, Nangongyi quickly ran to the surroundings of the sacred fire pool and looked at the smaller and smaller figure of the two wipes, with a slight sigh of relief. The two of them together, as long as they go in, it's okay, it's almost okay. But they didn't see it. At the moment when they jumped into the holy fire pool, the mark on Yunwu's shoulder suddenly sent out a strange light. The light had been showing and didn't disappear. It seemed to be escorting them. Cloud Dance looked at the shoulder, the corners of her mouth gently pick. In her relaxed vigilance of the next second, Dragon Evil figure a turn, quickly pulled her to himself. The fire element is condensed into a long sword. In the burning flame, it can be forcefully chopped, instantly appeared and then swallowed by the flame. At the moment when the fire sword disappeared, a black object kept falling, and finally melted into water under their eyes and evaporated in the sea of fire. What's that? Cloud Dance looked at the last bit of the burned residual drop, with an abnormal look. It should be something imprisoned in this pool of fire. Once it comes out, that's the end. Long Qingxia didn't find the abnormality of Cloud Dance, but there was a chill in his words. These things imprisoned in the holy fire pool should know the power of the holy fire pool. How can they suddenly come out to seek death? All of a sudden, Yunwu and Longqingxi look at each other, looking at the red light. That thing just came for this mark? There must be no mistake. Probably with this mark, they can leave the holy fire pool. At the top of the holy fire pool, Nangongyi and others are standing on the edge of the holy fire pool. The atmosphere is silent and oppressive. A touch of worry appears on everyone's face. Among the 7 of them, there was an extra shadow, dim and gloomy. Emoan looked at the turbulent holy fire pool and frowned between his handsome eyebrows. It seems that they have been in trouble. What will be the result? Nangongyi's calm tone was a little hasty. Either kill the imprisoned monsters or kill the monsters. Monster? Shengguan has some doubts. They are all shaped warcraft that have eaten the holy fire. They are eroded by the holy fire and mutated in their bodies. Some of them have heads and animal faces, some of them have legs and animal bodies. In the end, they can't accept it and kill the phoenix, so they are imprisoned in the holy fire pool. Why are you imprisoned here? Praying for the night is a rare question, but this question is everyone's question. People who don't eat the flame by mistake will live worse than death. The flame will slowly melt their internal organs and heart from inside to outside. Staying in the flame pool can avoid pain and let them return to their normal form. It's also a kind of punishment. The mark on Xiaowu's body is burned. How do they use it? Cut that skin? Situ Lan doesn't understand to pick eyebrow, even if cut that piece of skin also can't use on their own body? Emoan shook his head. I don't know. All the Fenghuang priests recognized by the Holy Land are born with their marks, but the priests are only Fenghuang and she. What else does Emoan want to say? After thinking about it, he still doesn't say it. If he says too much, he can't get the answer. Several other people knew what he meant and couldn't help looking at the little stink who was still sleeping in the golden light. Why on earth did it give her this mark? Is it unintentional or intentional? Of course, Cloud Dance hides the little stink in the border, and Emoan can't see the existence of the little stink. In the holy fire pool, I guess why these things attacked her. While resisting the attack, I quickly moved away from the holy fire pool. The following more and more things appear. Cloud Dance use mental force to explore the bottom of the sacred fire pool, but still cannot see the end. Be careful! Yunwu looks at the dragon and roars behind. Before long, Qingxia turned back. Purple fighting spirit first hit back behind him. With a bang, a half-orc was beaten away. With a burst of sudden smoke, the half-orc had no trace to find. Just after Yunwu thought she had dodged the fatal blow, she was slightly surprised by the red glow in front of her. It's a half-man, a fire centaur. If it is a fire system, does it mean that she can come and go freely in the holy fire pool? Give me what you have, and I will let you go with me. In front of that glowing red body, surrounded by something, a head of green silk like a waterfall, a very delicate face, if you look at the front, can be regarded as a beauty, look at the back, at best is a beast. It's her eyes that make Yunwu remember her. One is black and the other is red. The black one is as quiet as a deep tan, and the red one is as bloodthirsty as a ghost. You're talking about this thing? Cloud Dance refers to the mark on the shoulder. The centaur looked at the mark on Yunwu's shoulder, greedy in his eyes. Give it to me. I'd like to give it to you. Can you take it? Cloud Dance sneers. What grows on her body? Is she said to give? Just use this one. Suddenly, a yellow paper appeared in the woman's hand, like a charm. The curse. Long Qingxia looked at the charm in the hand of the half-human beast, and his eyes were deep and dark. How can you have the demon curse? The magic curse? The golden light flashed in my mind. Magic spell, a magic spell made by the most powerful magician of the demon clan, is a curse full of evil and terrorist power, which can gather all things with spiritual power and divine power for use and make a living from death. So powerful? Yunwu was surprised when he read the display on the dragon scroll. At the same time, he secretly congratulated himself that the demon master should have been destroyed with the demon family. If there was such an evil spell, it would be lively. Suddenly, the woman said something vaguely in her mouth. The charm in her hand kept flashing with her words. The yellow light waves kept rotating and rolled towards the direction of Cloud Dance. At that moment, Yunwu felt a strong pain in the mark on her shoulder, just like when the mark appeared on her body. Is the mark to disappear? Will experience the same pain? The next second, a whirlpool of darkness suddenly attacked. Bang! The woman's body was blown away in an instant. Do you think I'm that talkative? Cloud Dance takes back the power of magic bite and raises a bloodthirsty smile at the corner of her mouth. She has suffered the original pain, but now she has to bear it for no reason? There's no door. You. The woman was beaten to the edge of the sacred fire pool because her body was imprisoned by the border seal. If she used her strength, she would break the border and die. She did not dare to use her strength to resist, but could only stare at the clouds. If we don't get the mark together, we can only be imprisoned here forever. It's better to let go than to do so. The sound, like the bell in the deep night, is clear and sweet, with a trace of haziness. It's mean. A kind of voice that can make people hallucinate and lose their sense. Looking at the swarming group under the body, Yunwoo's eyes were cold, and the faint dark breath around the body moved. At this time, the woman was urging the magic spell in her hand. This time, the magic spell was like an arrow, breaking through the lava flame, piercing the obstacles in front of the crowd, and coming straight. With the baptism of blood, the light of the curse became more and more intense. The color of the mark on Yunwoo's shoulder gradually became light, and the woman's shoulder actually had a faint color of the mark. Oh! A long roar through the sky carried out the entire Phoenix family. All of a sudden, the Phoenix people seemed to be covered by the golden light. There were groups of birds, chirping and cheering. The Holy Land roared, and the golden light was shining everywhere. Every time they came out of the cave, the stone walls were golden. The flame in the holy fire pool was turbulent, and it seemed that they were jubilating. It was the voice of the patron saint of the Phoenix clan, which had not been seen for a long time, and it was the low roar of the little stink in the coma. Roar. Little Stink let out a roar again. It was a roar of extreme anger and struggle. It seems to feel the mark on Yunwoo's body is disappearing, and it seems to feel the pain of Yunwoo at the moment, struggling and roaring to wake up. What sound? The light of joy flashed from the bottom of Emoan's eyes, and then he calmed down. He must have heard the wrong voice. Nangong-yi and Sidalan look at each other and look at the location of the little stink in the air. They don't understand why the little thing makes those two roars. Looking at the unusual flame of the sacred fire pool, the atmosphere around became a little tense. What was that sound? Although Emoan doubted whether he had heard wrong, he still had a little expectation. The son of Feng Huangnu. Nangong-yi pondered for a moment, his indifferent eyes slightly raised, his fingers moved, the boundary in mid-air no longer existed, and a golden phoenix suddenly appeared. Emoan looked at the little stink in the air. His eyes were shocked like waves. His breath was no longer normal. He pointed to the little stink in the air and his fingers trembled. It's as if my sister's child? Nangong-yi didn't understand why he was so excited. He nodded. Now it's the contract beast of Cloud Dance. How could? Emoan looks at the little stink, and his eyes are shocked. In fact, the most noble lineage of the Phoenix family is not the divine beast family, but the pure-blood demon Huang with golden blood. However, the pure-blood demon Huang has not appeared for thousands of years and has been gradually forgotten by the Phoenix family. Now actually appeared, or the child of the beast family and the dark beast. How is that possible? Howl. Little Stink roared again and attracted everyone's attention. See small stink around the golden light is more dazzling, Phoenix body constantly shaking, but it seems to be unable to get rid of anything, just constantly struggling desperately. When everyone saw this scene, they couldn't help looking at the flame pool with worried eyes. Is it bang? In the holy fire pool, the flames suddenly splashed up, and the bright red flame with black flame kept spinning in midair. Hoo! A loud noise reappeared, and the flame fell back to the holy fire pool again. In a short time, the peace had been restored. The trouble should have been solved. They nodded in agreement. Thinking of the scene just now, the corners of their mouths could not help twitching a few times. How much anger did it take to use such terrible power in the holy fire pool? There is a dead silence in my ear, and I can only hear a quick breath. You have. The woman's eyes were wide open. Her eyes were full of blood. The blood from the corner of her mouth was melting into the fire. The border seal was disappearing, and her body was melting. Cloud Dance forehead exudes a few drops of sweat. The imprint on the shoulder gradually becomes normal. Just because of the magic spell, the power in his body was impacted. I don't care who you are, just go with that expression. Cloud Dance sneer, laugh bloodthirsty heartless. Surprise in the pain in the unwilling. With the last hint of sudden bright red, the woman finally melted into the pool of fire, into nothingness. Why doesn't my husband have a chance to show himself every time? Long Qingxie looks at the holy fire pool, which has been restored to calm. There is some helplessness in his words, but he looks very proud. Keep loading. A voice of disdain came. Two figures next to each other, farther and farther away, finally turned into two groups of flames, disappeared at the end. After a long time of precipitation, a touch of surprise sounded. What is that? Ah. The figure drops rapidly. After passing through the dazzling flame, the black color comes to the face, and there is no time to react. A scream runs through, and the sound of landing suddenly reverberates with the dust. The dark and quiet space, some dark and humid, the sound of water drops crisp hit. Crack 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 crack. Cloud Dance forehead slightly wrinkled. Intuitive first reaction is to turn over, but in turn over the next second rebound back. Pain, unspeakable pain. It suddenly occurred to her that she had just arrived at the bottom of the holy fire pool. Because of confiscating her strength, she fell down, which caused her whole body to ache. What about the dragon? Cloud Dance crystal eyes tiny am, looking around, but didn't find Dragon Qing evil figure, heart suddenly raised up. Awake? The voice of magnetism is low. Cloud Dance looked back, only to see Dragon Evil slowly coming. In the dark, the white figure is very abrupt, familiar with the safety. Where have you been? Cloud Dance eat pain frown, words with a trace of complaint. Dragon Qing Xieshen smile, take out the fruit in the hand, to find you something to eat. Cloud Dance took the fruit in his hand, looked at the fruit, mouth a pull. What is this thing? The fruit is as big as the virgin fruit, but it's black, and you can feel the power of darkness. Eat it. Long Qingxie looks out, and a trace of danger passes through his golden eyes. Looking at his abnormal look, he knew something must have happened. After swallowing the fruit, he reluctantly stood up. Happen. Return the fruit of darkness. Before Yunwu finished, he was interrupted by a hoarse roar. What a dark air. The next second, an illusory figure appeared, with hair on his head and two horns on his forehead. The dark air in his eyes wandered around, and the whole phantom was surrounded by a dark air. Return the fruit of darkness to the Buddha. With a roar of the phantom, the dark air around them was constantly invading and spreading, directly surrounding them, and an invisible sense of oppression and suffocation appeared. The fruit she just ate is the fruit of darkness? Cloud Dance sighed. Yen glanced at Dragon to pour evil one eye. How can he know there is dark holy fruit here? Or by accident? Bring me the things. The phantom roared again, and the dark air around him gradually became sharp. Rub. The power of magic bite instantly lifted up and directly lifted away the dark air. The phantom was shocked and trembled a few times, but it was barely scattered. I've already eaten. I'll see what I want to do. If you want to solve it by force, she is willing to accompany you. All of a sudden, she frowned, her eyes flashed a little surprised, and a restless force in her body began to move along the dantian, which was beyond her control. Well. Cloud Dance pain of cover abdomen fell down. Bang! The dark haze then hit the phantom. This unexpected blow shocked two people. You attacked me. The phantom trembled, and the dark fog instantly eroded the whole space. It's not the attack, it's the pain. Long Qingxie's golden eyes are dark, and the fundus is dark and unclear. Repay the pain. Her pain is due to eating your fruit, so you must bear the pain she suffered together. What a theory! Do you blame me for stealing my fruit? I haven't settled with you yet. Is there such a truth in the world? He's so righteous after stealing. Is it because he hasn't seen the world for 1,000 years and the world has been overturned? Not only him, Cloud Dance heard the reason of his hand, but also some headache. He knew it was the dark fruit for her, right? Did you know there would be some side effects? If she knows to give it back to her, why does she want to feed him to the dog? Although I know that he won't give her this for no reason, I should tell her and discuss it with her? In that case, I will eat her. Language falls, all around the dark gas instantaneous condensation, become one by one, as if with life, direct lock them as the target. Howl. The roar of the wind is like the roar of a beast. With the dark air, it attacks the dragon. White robe, clothes fluttering, a silver hair fluttering, the only constant is that pair of gold eyes dangerous, and mouth bloodthirsty. Just 1 second before the oncoming, without waiting for Dragon Qingxie's hand, the familiar magic power scattered behind Dragon Qingxie, directly surrounded Dragon Qingxie, and the next second the phantom was dispelled by magic power. Feel better? Long Qingxie turned around, thin lips with a charming smile. Cloud danced slightly jaw-head, just that guy can be. Long Qingxie nodded with a smile. In addition to it, who can have the dark fruit? The dark holy fruit can play a key role in the control of the evil phage. At least in this year, the evil phage will not be out of control. How do you know the fruit of darkness? This dark fruit can be said to be the nemesis of all the dark forces. It cannot help but help tame the dark forces. It can also say that the hidden dark forces in the body gather together to control. Just now she felt that the power of magic bite in her body was more gentle and easier to control. If that phantom is the dark beast just now, and the dark holy fruit must be on his body or watch carefully, how can he have a chance? Bang! A roar like a huge thunder resounded, their position, constantly shaking, it seems that they cannot bear such a heavy blow. Go! Dragon Qing evil pole cloud dance, empty shadow sword, in the rubble fell in the moment swept out. Outside is a huge border space, border around like silver general crystal, flowers and trees, birds and insects flying animals, like a secluded fairyland. You two don't know what to do. If you come here, I will never let you go out. The arrogant roar came out somewhere. Are you the dark beast? Willow eyebrow micro-pick, sharp eyes looking at this space, always feel where some strange. You don't deserve to know who I am. You two are delicious. I won't take the dark fruit, but I take it. As soon as the voice fell, a dark smell appeared in the strange space, like a vine, which appeared and disappeared from time to time. In the trance of that moment, they were entangled with each other. Haha, first of all, I've sucked your strength, and then I've eaten you to save the waste. Rampant laughter, like a magic sound, reverberates in the space, circling back and forth, almost shattering the eardrum. Yunwu uses its strength to resist the sound, but finds that the more it resists the sound, the louder and deafening it is. Don't resist. Appreciate it as the most beautiful business. What? The cloud dances, the phoenix's eyes stare. The joy reward? How can you feel unable to force yourself? It seems that Long Qingxie is also very difficult, but there's no way. If the voice can resist, the voice itself will be eaten back. If it can't resist, it will double its strength. With their current strength, it's not his opponent. The scene appeared on the black breath vine, and the faces of the two bound people were extremely ugly, like unspeakable suffering. I can't stand it. Broken he roars with rage. The power of magic bite is combined with the power of unicorn. He attacks with the elements of wind and counterattacks with the fastest speed. Bang! There was a dull noise somewhere in the border. After a long time, a breath of hoarse voice came. How can you break my bonds? Cloud Dance squints her eyes and doesn't answer. She explores the source of the sound, but doesn't find out where the source of the sound is. Don't bother. If you could find my position, I would have escaped. Is it? The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to stir up to put on a sneer. The black flame big knife suddenly appears in the hand. Make an effort to wave, along with a perfect radian, straight insert into a willow. How can you find my place? An unbelievable roar came from the willow. I ask you, are you the dark beast? I said it. I don't deserve to know in your capacity. The dark sacred beast is arrogant, and the willow is vaguely surrounded by black fog. Are you the one who just roared restlessly? Cloud Dance said this question, the dark beast suddenly silent, then said, Do you hear my voice down? If she can hear his voice, the Phoenix Priest is really dead. Yunwoo does not deny it. Ha ha, God helps me too. The dark beast is arrogant. Little girl, you come in and help me open the border. After I leave, I will benefit you naturally. Oh. Cloud Dance disdains to smile. Are you daydreaming? What did you say? The tone of the dark beast changed with threat and terror. I said I was the new priest of the Phoenix clan. The cloud dances to stir up the corner of the mouth, laughing evil bloodthirsty. You are the new, so you're here too. The dark beast suddenly understood, and in his hoarse voice he said, Then you can't stay. It's not easy to wait until the Phoenix Priest is dead and there is only one step left to escape. How can a new priest seal it again? There is no door. The atmosphere of darkness envelopes the border instantly, and the darkness erodes in the bright border, like the night when the storm comes and the vision is hazy. Suddenly, in front of my eyes, a dark figure came. Yunwoo jumps backward and avoids the residual shadow. However, at the moment of landing, she steps on something, and her body tilts back. Little thing, you like to throw yourself in your arms so much. Dragon Ching Evil Strike cut a shadow, instantly swept to the Cloud Dance side, will hold her in the arms, evil spirit of the mouth. Cloud Dance White He One Eye, stand up to look under the body, intuitively want to see what is just stepped on. It's white bone. The white bone of a man's arm. Eyes continue to move back, the more backward the look of the fundus more surprised. How can so many white bones? In the distance, there were piles of corpses without any dust on them. The skull was fresh, except for no flesh and blood, as if it had just been picked out. This should be a battlefield. Long Qingxia looks at the corpse pile way. Battlefield. Cloud Dance micro frown, fundus suddenly understand, some surprised looking at the dragon poor evil. You mean the battlefield of ancient times? Long Qingxia nodded. What's the matter with these bones? These bones are still fresh. Is it because of the boundary? Just look at this. Long Qingxia handed his palm to Yunwoo and said, It was accidentally rode when the sacred fire pool fell down. Looking at the wound, she was silent for a long time. He has the ability to heal himself. Such wounds can heal in the blink of an eye. How long has it been since they fell? It's like a fresh wound. The blood is still bright red. It's incredible that this boundary can make time stand still, isn't it? Looking back at the weapons beside the corpse pile, they are gloomy and strange, and their light is treacherous. Some broadsword weapons still have scars from long-term fighting. Those things are recorded in the Dragon Tornado, which are treasures of ancient times. Is this the center of the battlefield in ancient times? There is something in Yunwoo's words, deliberately deepening the two words of the center. Dragon inclined evil eyes down evil smile. Here should be just a peripheral, the real battlefield, no one should be able to find. Really? Cloud Dance glances at him suspiciously, half believing his words, he really can't find the real location of the battlefield? Long Qingxia sighed helplessly and knocked on her forehead. Can't you believe it if you are my husband? The cloud dances to curl a mouth, indifferently a hum. Can you believe a lie? Dragon tilts evil a smile, smile of evil inside evil spirit. Careful here really have ghost. Clang. There was a loud noise from the top. Yunwoo frowns and raises her eyes. She has a bad premonition in her heart. She takes a look at Dragon Qingxia. They nod to each other and sweep away. They plan to leave the border space, but they are blocked by the dark beast. Now the Holy Land is busy. Open the border to me. I may consider letting you out. In front of them, the strange dark power is like a wall, which cannot separate Yunwoo and the bottom of the holy fire pool. Listening to the fierce fighting voice coming from the Holy Land, Cloud Dance's strong killing intention appears. Get out of the way. Her voice was as cold as ice, with a killing intention that could not be ignored. Open the border. The dark beast roared, and was annoyed by the Cloud Dance's attitude and the pressure on her. When the magic power of Cloud Dance's palm appeared, Long Qingxia grabbed her wrist and gave her a look, telling her not to waste time. He closed his golden eyes and said something. All of a sudden, the wind was blowing, and the dark atmosphere in the border was gathered together in a moment, forming a transmission array to reach the Holy Land. Go Dragon Qing Evil Pull Cloud Dance, jump into the transmission array. It's a teleport. I won't let you two go. In the Holy Land, the stones are flying indistinctly, the flames are burning fiercely, the clang of the sword, the groaning of the body touching the ground, and the piercing of the flesh. The color of blood is particularly bright against the background of the flame. Did you inform Xiao Wu? Sidu Lan half kneels on the ground in embarrassment, holding the long sword in his hand. His hand trembles slightly and looks at Nan Gongyi Dao beside him. Nan Gongyi nodded, just gave her a voice, cannot be sure. On the other side, two black-robed figures tremble strangely and disappear in front of Sidu Lan and Nan Gongyi. The next second, they suddenly appeared behind them and suddenly attacked each other. They looked at each other, exchanged their eyes, turned around and killed two black-robed men. Why did the people of the Beast Gate suddenly come? Shengguan solved several people and came to Nanganji. He always felt something strange. The only person who lurks in the Beast Gate has been solved by Xiao Wu. Does it take time for these large numbers of Beast Gate people to come? How can you come here without any sign? Nan Gongyi shakes his head. Under the white gauze, there is a trace of fatigue in his eyes, which are as flat as a mirror. He is a robe that has never been stained with dust, and there is a trace of blood on it, just like he is now. Time is still for a moment. Everyone stops fighting for a while, gives himself some breathing time, and starts the next chat and procrastination. Young master, go back with your subordinates. The Lord will forgive you for your innocence. A green-eyed black-robed man looked at Shengguan with a flattering attitude, but his tone was not a bit humble. Is that what you say? Shengguan casually asked. He is also fighting for rest time for a group of loyal friends behind him. This is the order of the patriarch, and his subordinates have no right to speak. What if I say no? The superior officials are unruly. That subordinate can only carry out the second order of the patriarch. The green-eyed and black-robed people have no worries or happiness, as if the upper officials can't leave. Second order? Kill me? Shengguanjun eyes mi, don't believe this is Shengguan's order. To take your heads back. Green eyes swept the Shengguan and several people behind him, and finally stayed in the holy fire pool behind him. In the holy fire pool, Yunwu's eyes are cold, and he is holding a black flame sword. He walks all the way like death. He looks at the embarrassed appearance of several people, and then looks at Qing Yan and a group of beasts behind him. Fengmo is scarlet and burning. Little Five? Shengguan looked back and saw who it was. At last? Meng Baiwei relaxed. Here we are at last, or we can't stand it. Situ Lan looked at the dragon and said it without exaggeration. The strength of a few of them can't be underestimated, but the people sent by the Beast Gate this time are by no means ordinary minions. Everyone's strength can compete with them for a while. If more than 20 people go on like this, the best result is that after death and injury, both sides will lose. Nan Gongyi and Chia look at Yunwu, and their faces soften a little. Are you all right? She looked at a few people embarrassed look, between the eyebrows cold Yen Songshuang. Just in time. Nan Gongyi smiles indifferently. There is more comfort in his smile. Cloud Dance slightly jaw-head, looking at the small stink in the air. The small stink is still sleeping at the moment, but the golden light around the body is dark a lot. Look at him now, should soon wake up. Mind move, Cloud Dance will be small stink isolated in the space. Small stink is evolving, absolutely cannot be disturbed by the next. Solve them first, and then deal with the things that the patriarch told you. King. The powerful power of the black flame dagger instantly struck and chopped in the air, followed by a roar. Who will allow you to hurt them except me? In an instant, the Holy Land fell into a fierce battle again. Swords collided with each other. The red stone wall was ablaze, and the traces of ferocity were constantly depicted on the stone wall. With a wave of the black flame broadsword, a shadow was instantly knocked away. Ah! A scream rises, the flame rises in the flame pool, and the shadow evaporates instantly. Green Eye looks at his fellow students being killed. His blue eyes turn into scarlet. With a wave of his gloomy white bone palm, he directly controls Nanganji not far away. With an effort, Nanganji's figure loses control of his pilgrimage to the fire pool. Just at the moment of falling into the flame pool, a white figure and a black figure fell into the flame pool and burned up. At that moment, I didn't even see Cloud dance clearly. Just when everyone thought that Nanganji had come to an end, the figure of praying for the night appeared again above the holy fire pool. Ice eyes slightly closed, the corner of the mouth overflowed with a trace of blood. That moment of Lingshan let her opponent have an opportunity to take advantage of. With the road injured, lost her life, she also recognized. Just 1 second before she fell into the flame pool, a white phantom instantly threw her out. At that moment, the white figure was swallowed by the fire and disappeared in the sea of fire. This moment of life and death conversion, so that all people cannot recall, Yunwoo looked at the disappearance of Nanganji, eyes calm terrible. The first reaction is Situlan. He runs to the edge of the holy fire pool and looks at the sea of flames. His pretty eyebrows are wrinkled. In the holy fire pool, there was no sudden figure he expected. Cloud Dance looks back at Green Eyes, cold figure is surrounded by black power, like ghosts. One life, I want the whole beast gate to be buried with me. The extremely cold roar made everyone feel cold. Lord, the Lord just asked us to release the dark beasts, but didn't say to kill them, otherwise we. The man behind Green Eye hesitated when he looked at everyone's appearance. Bang. With a wave of his hand, the figure of the man was embedded in the stone wall, spitting blood, struggling twice, and there was no other action. Green Eye looked back at several people behind him. Now, if you don't kill them, no one will want to finish the task. If you can't finish the task, you might as well die in their hands. After hearing the words, the man in black robe bowed his head. A trace of killing intention instantly attacked the space. Cloud Dance's eyes are cold, and the evil power of ghosts lingers in the body. At that moment, her whole person was fused with the power of Mojave. The power of Mojave dyed the elements of wind and fire, and directly attacked Green Eye. Pay for your life. After that, he was dressed in a flaming red suit, like a piece of ice in the fire. The snake sword was full of sharp light, with a trace of bloodthirsty scarlet. He shot out quickly, and every blow was fatal. Long Qingxie, Sitalan, Meng Bai and Shangguan were followed by a fight between killing and being killed. As a result, only one party could live. When swords and swords collide, their clothes are in a mess, their hair is messy, and their eyes are burning. That battle reached boiling point until the Holy Land was stained with blood and the bones were sealed up. In addition to crying, life was more than death. Quiet, after the fierce battle, the Holy Land fell into a stillness like silence. The smell of blood filled the Holy Land, a few restless breaths reverberated, and the sense of suffocation of death filled the senses. Stab. The sound of a split skin. Ah. The scream went on, and the sound of clenching and clucking reverberated. The black flame broadsword was inserted in the heart of Green Eye, burning the fire of darkness. It was entering at a very tormenting speed. What are you going to do with the dark beast? Cloud Dance Star Eye plating on a layer of ice color, completely disappeared a trace of temperature. You think you ah. Green Eyes strongly supported the hard words, but before they finished speaking, the black flame sword that stabbed into the skin and flesh suddenly whirled, and the blood flowed into the heart. You. Green Eyes can't believe looking at the clouds. Is this the woman's terrible? Say it? Cloud Dance words without waves. It seems that she is facing a dead man. Say, can die of happy, don't say that had to live not like death. Kill me. Green Eyes close their eyes, wait for death, say and do not say are dead, why carry a betrayal of the Lord's end? You are so stubborn. Situ Lanjun frowned slightly. Even though he didn't know her well, he could know something about her. This answer is what she wants to hear most now. Is it what she wants to do most, to pay homage to Nanganji with his pain? Good. The cloud dances the vermilion lips to outline an ice arc. The black flame big knife suddenly disappeared in the hand, looking back to pray the knight. Die not miserably enough, I don't agree. Suddenly, when he pinches his fingers in the air, the pupil of Green Eye suddenly enlarges and his face begins to turn red. When his slender fingers turn, the whole person of Green Eye flies on the holy fire pool. As long as he puts down his strength, he will die. Let go, don't let go, Pine, don't let me down. Green Eye struggled incoherently, looking at the burning holy fire pool under her, looking scared. Loose or not? It can meet your requirement. Pray for the knight to squeeze more tightly. Look has reached the point of ice cold. Ignore others. The corners of the mouth actually with a trace of hearty smile, that smile on behalf of death. Put drive me. Green Eye was choked, face red, struggling to breathe. She agrees happily. The mouse son of Sinhan droops, strength a loose. Green Eye whole person instantly falls. Ah. In the second after Green Eye was reborn, death came again, and the holy fire pool was near. What we want is the people and spiritual power of the phoenix. What's the use of the empty shell of the phoenix? Green Eye's disdain a hum. Between the words there is a glimmer of obscure pride. Cloud dance but caught. What's the purpose? Gu Wu's broadsword was suddenly put on the Blue Eye's neck, and his cold words were a little impatient. He had a feeling of being fooled. It was very bad. Bang! There was a loud noise in the air, and the sound crackled in the holy space. Bad? Cloud dance heart a surprised, turn around to leave. Don't go. It's too late. Green Eye's ha-ha smile. Smile is more proud and disdain. If there is no accident, most of the Phoenix people are in the world of Beast Gate now. Or they won. Cloud dance I smell am I, indifference way, trouble which helped me kill him. I'm happy to do it for you. I'll do it. Meng Bai and Shangguan answered at the same time, like playing with the general, endless destruction. Outside, there was a roar, a crash and a splash. They all knew that the Holy Land would soon be unsafe. You can leave. Long Qingxia's sword eyebrows wrinkled slightly and watched Yunwu blink in the direction of Xiaoqiu. She looked along the direction of Dragon's Evil, only to see the border emitting bursts of golden light. The movement inside the border began to be restless. Of course, this can only be felt by Cloud Dance. Is it going to break through the border? The Cloud Dance star's eyes skimmed and pondered, and removed the boundary. At the moment when the boundary disappeared, everyone looked at the little stink in the boundary, which was an unacceptable appearance. Turn is it in human form? Shangguan stuttered at the figures in the air, as if he saw something unacceptable. In the sky, the little stink of golden phoenix feather had disappeared, and was replaced by a handsome young man in a silver robe. The handsome boy looked at the crowd curiously, and finally put his eyes on Yunwu. As soon as his white teeth were exposed, he came flying. Ma. People look at the young man with cloud dancing neck, and then look at the dark face of the dragon. Cloud dance face a black, quietly will be small stink in the body pulled down, in the shock to restore the usual indifference, cold way. How old are you, intelligence? The crowd fell to the ground. Small stinky puzzled staring round Gulu's eyes, thinking, I don't know. Then he grinned and said, Ma. Then he wanted to dance with the clouds, but he was blocked by an ape. We don't have a son yet. Dragon Qingxia drags Cloud Dance into his arms, with a warning in his eyes. Or you let go of Ma. Little stinky tugs at the clouds. Do you mind if I do? Dragon Qingxia dances in the clouds and smiles. The danger in the smile is obvious. Cloud Dance face a black, they too fight, is another trouble. This little stink looks pretty and has big eyes. He looks like a carefree and bright young man. But when his IQ is still small stink, what kind of thing is that? No evolution, okay? Originally, I just had a pet son, but now it's okay. Here comes a real son who is taller than her. Let's have a look at the dragon with a warning smile on his face. It's dark, I have something else to do. Go back to Jiejia first, and discuss your problems when you have time. Looking at the two people with big eyes and small eyes, Cloud Dance's eyes pass by a trace of urgency quietly. Take advantage of the fact that things are not irreparable, get one first. Ma. Little Stinky nodded with a smile. His white teeth were as bright as diamonds. His big eyes were a crack with a smile. His thick eyes were slightly bent up, and his smile was more brilliant than the sun. Cloud Dance helps the forehead, is a demon again. Who will take it? The next second, the little stinky figure shakes and flies up in the air. At the moment when the phoenix appeared, the whole space was like a golden palace, shining with gold everywhere, as if every stone crack could emit gold. And the noumenon of Little Stink is actually very few golden wings. Within the Phoenix clan, there was a mess, and the screams continued. As long as you belong to the Beast Gate, you can stay here and live. Promise them. It depends on how you decide whether the Phoenix clan can exist. Feng Weng was dressed in red, but she said she would rather die than follow. You have already become their running dog. The Feng Huang people would rather die than let them do whatever they want. Get them out of here. Suddenly, the golden light suddenly appeared in the sky of the Phoenix nationality, with the Holy Land as the center, radiating around. All of a sudden, the Phoenix family seems to be plated with a layer of gold film, and its vision is hazy, just like illusion. Whether it is living or dead, it seems to be exultant. The withered leaves rustle, the blood-stained grass hold their heads high, the cut branches swaying in the wind, as if they had life. It's Yao Huang, it's Yao Huang, it's really the patron saint. Work hard, kill them, protect Yao Huang, protect the Phoenix family. The bloody battle began. In the Holy Land, Yunwu looks at the little stink that has changed so much and appears in horror. Is this little thing really the pure blood demon Huang that the priest said? Mama. A soft call, make Cloud Dance instantly back to God, forced to bear the appearance of shaking, mind a turn, the small stink back to space. It's really golden blood. Emoan looks at the little stink in the air and looks dull again. Phoenix's most noble blood, pure blood demon Huang with golden blood. Is it really him? Well, go out and have a look. Cloud Dance glanced at a few people, a swept body disappeared in the space. The purpose of the Beast Gate is to release the Dark Beast. If they enter the Holy Land and release the Dark Beast, the Phoenix clan will not be able to protect it. Just when Yunwu's several people arrived at the battle site, the scene in front of them surprised everyone. It's actually a fight between the Phoenix people and the Beast men, standing on one side, like watching a play. Stop it all. As soon as Emoan's figure was swept away, he stood between the two people who were fighting. With a wave of his hand, he separated the two groups in an instant. Do you know what you're doing? The crowd turned red. When they saw the dark desert, they still stopped. They all held weapons and did not speak. There was still blood dripping in the sky. Brother, everyone has his own purpose. You can't control their thoughts. Feng Wengnu stood aside, saw the desert dark, mouth with a smile, look empty and indifferent. Shut up, Emoan roared angrily, and his eyes were angry. You are the saint of the Phoenix family. You took the lead in the riot. I knew I shouldn't have let you out at the beginning. Your Highness, we have received the grace of the saints. We will only be loyal to the saints in our lifetime, but we will never be loyal to them. One of the Feng Huang people pointed to the people of the 10,000 Beast Gate, and then looked at another group of Feng Huang people. If you dare to hurt the saint, we will not give up, but if they dare to hurt the Feng Huang people, they can't let go. Cloud Dance sneers and raises the corner of his mouth. It's really lively. It's still chaotic when cutting. Long Qingxie agreed to nod, and then the golden eyes looked at the Cloud Dance with a smile, extremely evil. Dare their patron saint let it out, make things more interesting? Smell speech, Cloud Dance hang Mao to meditate shun, glanced at him one eye, sneer, have what dare not. Her heart read a move, directly put out the small stink. Suddenly, the golden light appeared again, and the whole phoenix family was shrouded in the golden haze. It's guarding Yao Huang. In the crowd, a voice of surprise called out. The phoenix people look at the little stink and look shocked. The golden blood, which has never appeared in 1,000 years, actually appears now. Little Smelly ignored the surprised eyes of those people, and could only let the cloud dance in his eyes, numb. Here cloud dance is called of facial expression dark, there here foot of facial expression gloomy. Son, it's my son. Feng Wengnu looked at Xiao Chou, mixed with sadness and joy, jumped in the air, swept to Xiao Chou's side, and said excitedly, Son, is it really you? Small Stinky suspicious looking up and down Feng Wengnu, strange is did not push away. Ignore her, probably this is the blood-thick and water affection induction. But his attitude to Feng Wengnu is far less than his kindness to Yunwu. In the crowd, people heard Feng Wengnu calling for her son. They couldn't believe it. It was the noble blood of gold. How could it be the son of a saint? How can she be the descendant of the dark beast? How can she become the patron saint of our phoenix family? What kind of dark beast? In their place, he is as noble as us, and is called the dark beast. Is it reasonable to have such blood? We Phoenix clan and they have no intersection, also can't have intersection, evil beast is evil beast, the offspring of evil beast can't stay. Yes, you can't stay. All the crusades cover up all the justice, and all the spearheads seem to point at Xiao Chou for a moment. Even Yunwu's eyes on Xiao Chou have changed. Do you hear that? He's the son of Phoenix and the dark beast. Shangguan looked at Xiao Chou with indescribable admiration. It's really a wonderful blood. I'm not deaf. Cloud Dance Light glanced at him one eye, then looked at the dragon to pour evil. You said put it out, the next result you can expect? No one could have imagined that the pure blood demon Huang of the Phoenix family appeared and someone wanted to kill her. This was unexpected at the beginning. Although he knows that there are dark lineages in Xiao Smelly's body, those dark lineages have been washed by the holy fire pool, and now they are pure Phoenix's golden blood. Who knows, they can't do that. Some narcissistic and self-confident demon shakes his head like a god. He has miscalculated, next we should change places. Long Qingxie's sword eyebrow is picked, and his smile makes Yunwu feel uncomfortable. As soon as the dragon's evil words were finished, the eyes of all the Fenghuang people turned to them. Then a sentence let them fall into the situation of jumping into the Yellow River. Thank you for your guidance, otherwise you can't win the Phoenix clan so easily. The patriarch will thank you. Cloud Dance. I said, do you have good brains? It's really troublesome for us to destroy you Phoenix clan. Why don't we just use him? Shangguan yelled at the Phoenix people. I don't understand the simple reason. Is it really small? No matter why, they controlled my son, otherwise he would not be with a group of human beings. Now that he is safe, he must kill them and avenge the humiliation of the Phoenix clan. Feng Wengnu pointed to Yunwu, said the anger sonorous, as if she really kidnapped the little stink. God knows, she has always refused little stink. There's nothing wrong with his blood. In this case, we'll kill these hypocritical human beings first, and then deal with the affairs within the clan. After that, a group of people will dance to the clouds, and they will start. Emoen's face was gloomy, and his palm made a stop sign. Wait. Your Highness, do you really believe in these people? One of them felt that Emoen was bewitched by Cloud Dance and began to question his next decision. Don't hurt me. Small stinky mouth spits out fire, angry roar, but IQ is a little anxious, threat is not enough. I'm your mother. Feng Wengnu looks at Xiao Chou, looks sad, then stares at Yunwu angrily. I'll kill you. Suddenly, the phantom of the phoenix came, and the roaring wings were very sharp. The phoenix people who trusted Feng Wengnu, seeing her dealing with Yunwu, yelled, kill these human beings, and the descendants of the dark beast can't keep them. Half of the people attacked several people in Chaoyin dance, and the other half attacked Xiao Chou. Within 4 weeks, they were blocked. That's the patron saint of the Phoenix family. Whoever moves will die. At the command of Emoen, The Fenghuang people who followed his orders immediately launched a guard offensive. Cloud Dance Phoenix Mao 1Mi. This circumstance cannot do very well. One force is powerful, and the other two forces are scattered dregs. If you look at the people of the beast sect who are still watching, you can see the undercurrent surging. Fengwing, should all those who stop you be killed? Don't forget, they killed your son. The voice of the man in the black robe echoed in the space, full of bewitching. Cloud Dance Frown is Gu. Generally speaking, the Phoenix clan is divided into two groups. One group obeys Emoan's protection of Xiao Chou, while the other group listens to Fengwing and kills Xiao Chou. Fengwing is involved in it and can't help it. But the goal of the people of the Beast Gate is not on them. They are staring at Yunwu all the time. Looking at the covetous 10,000 beast men, looking at the whole Phoenix people who gave orders to kill them, the cloud danced and the eyes were cold. A bunch of pig brains. Let's go. The clouds are dancing and the voice is cold. That's it. Shangguan looked at the confused crowd and thought he had heard wrong. Or are you waiting to be besieged by the two major forces? And then a battle of exhaustion? Cloud Dance glanced at him indifferently, and his voice was cold. Smell speech, the upper official mouth corner twitches for a while. The pain on the body has not been alleviated when fighting with 10,000 Beast Gate now, in the battle abnormal, estimate the whole person is useless. Kill them. A shout, no matter want to kill small stink or protect small stink of the Phoenix people, all the spearhead at Yunwu a few people, directly kill. Yunwu's forehead wrinkled and glanced at the little stink that was still struggling. In his eyes, he thought for a moment. One of them disappeared in front of the crowd, followed by several others. Stop chasing me. Emoan looked at the disappearing cloud dance and gave a low roar. Now most of the Fenghuang people, like Fengwengnu, are bewitched by the beast sect. They can't tell whether they are friends or enemies. If they don't stop them, I said let them go. The Mo dark tone is extremely cold, looking back to stare one eye to still want to talk that person. They all looked at each other and said nothing more. Emoan glances at the people of the Beast Gate. His eyes are cold, but there is no way. I'm afraid the once-in-a-thousand-year riot of the Phoenix clan can't be calmed down by himself. It's up to them. He looks at the direction where the clouds are disappearing and ponders a little. The bear of the Beast Gate watched the cloud dance leave, and his look was not different, as if everything was in their expectation. The leader went to Fengwengnu and said, Fengwengnu, now your son has come back, but he still doesn't want to admit you. Do you want to know why? Why? Fenghuang heard his words, and a trace of pain passed in her eyes. Because it has a contract with human beings, as long as the contract is destroyed, it will come back to you. This words, Fenghuang knew originally sad eyes instantly become some empty, dull, finally into nod. Seeing Fenghuang's appearance, the beast people's satisfied smile appeared. Then they looked at the Phoenix people. Your patron saint, I'll help you to come back. I'll kill you or stay. I'll do it myself. The crowd murmured, discussing the meaning of his words. Do you think we can let you go? One of them looked at the beast man fiercely. Ha, can we pass it? We are not has the final say. The arrogant voice reverberated in the air, and those beast men disappeared in the same place like ghosts. Just when the Fenghuang people were going to chase them, Fenghuang stood in front of them, her eyes were sharp and indifferent, and said, I see who dares to go. The crowd frowned slightly. For a moment, they seemed to find something. Saint, even if we don't care about those human beings, it can't stay. We must kill him. Everyone, protect Yao Huang with me. A battle of killing and protecting has begun. Hidden in a corner of the black-robed people looking at this scene, cold smile emerged. Just keep this fight has continued. In a desolate mountain, a few barren mountains are indistinctly visible. Occasionally, there are several dead trees with fallen leaves. A whirlwind sweeps by, and the air around them is strange. Do you think these people are stupid? Shangguan looked at no one coming after him. He took a deep breath and opened his mouth in depression. What can we do without killing them? Meng Bai nodded helplessly. The Dark Beast family and the Phoenix family are old enemies, but the two families are combined to have children. Half of them are dark blood, and the others are light blood. Do you want to kill or stay? If you keep it, if he inherits the nature of the Dark Beast, the Phoenix will suffer. If you kill him, he will be the patron saint of the Phoenix. It's really a difficult problem. But the most difficult thing is the appearance of the Beast Gate. Xiao Wu, guess what the Beast Gate should do now? Situ Lan pressed a few fingers. Junlang's smile concealed the ruthless indifference. Long Qingxian nodded in agreement, and then circled the willow waste dancing in the clouds. All the way forward, the corner of his mouth was full of charm. Little thing, just that thing is the phantom, one phantom is the sand, 10 ghosts have power, just those powers, there should be hundreds of ghosts, if not so many, it's not easy to do. Phantom, as the saying goes, ghost. The shadow was not only seen by Yunwu, but also by Longqingxi. Of course, Yunwu knows what he means. If there are not so many ghosts in it, the power of that one will make them deal with it seriously. In the wind filled with dust, there was a trace of mystery and gloom, flying in the ears of several people, like saying something and crying something. Several people cautiously walked to the cut mountain peak. Under the crack, there was only a hole more than 1 person wide. Looking along the hole, there was no light. Yunwu and Longqingxi look at each other. They all know that if they go down, life and death will be unknown. Now that they all appear, why do you dare not appear stealthily? The cloud danced around the mountain. There was a flame in his eyes, but it was cold and angry. It seems that this mountain peak has been desolate for hundreds of years, so few people pass by. Why is there such a strange place hidden here? If you know that you can't leave, why don't you come down and find out? With a smile of banter, it came out in the cave. The sound was like 1,000 years of quiet Tan Shui. Suddenly someone threw a stone on that side. It was a crisp but memorable old sound. Cloud dance willow eyebrow a bend, slightly drooping eyes dark turn around, suddenly slightly lift eyes, eye ground across a trace of surprise and danger. Looking back at Long Qingxia is also looking at her. It is still the familiar evil smile and the lazy evil look. He will not miss the problem she found. This is a boundary of space, an ancient boundary isolated from the world. The dragon scroll gave her a message. This border is a border left by people in ancient times. It's to imprison the people inside to death. This border uses the elements of heaven and earth. If it's not the top summoner, no one can open it. There's only one way to die. It should be the man who was imprisoned thousands of years ago, but the man is dead, and only a wisp of ghost is still floating. As a ghost, he can't escape the boundary. Why aren't you worried at all? Cloud Dance is curious. Long Qingxia knows their current situation, why they don't look abnormal at all. The dragon tilts evil spirit to smile, lazy thin lip stirs up radian, dotes to drown of look to her, worry also have no use, in you discover his that second, we entered this boundary. Cloud Dance surprised she actually found out now. Is there any way to break it? Cloud Dance looks at the dragon. Break it? There was a surprise query in the cave, followed by a burst of laughter. If you can break the barrier, I will do whatever you want me to do. Oh. Cloud Dance disdains to sneer. What can a ghost do? There was a silent silence in the cave, with a sound of heartbreak. I can't do anything, but I know a lot more than you do. Can this attract you? Cloud Dance sneer again. Even this border do not know how to break, dare to say you know more? Inside the cave, the sound of heart beating came, obviously a little impatient. Can you think of a way to crack it? No way. She's telling the truth. It's obvious that she can't break the barrier. Well, you don't want to let me out? The voice became a little surly. It was obviously infuriated by Yunwu's words. The next second, it turned into a voice of schadenfreude. If you can't let me out, you can only stay here with me. After many years, a few ghosts will be able to play mahjong together. Smell speech, Cloud Dance's facial expression slightly a change. He is to want to open. Ah, you've become a ghost, and you want us to accompany you. Do you believe me to drive you out of your wits? Shengguan is not willing. This is a naked threat. Yunwu gives Shengguan a look of appreciation, but Shengguan looks at her with a strange look. Shua! A gust of wind passed by, and several other people didn't want to hide when they saw this scene. Only Shengguan jumped to one side, but was hit by the wind on the other side, and the whole person flew out. Lying trough. Shengguan scolded, patted the dust on his body and roared, "Why are you okay?" Everyone's eyes looked at him calmly without any sympathy. Little girl, will you open the border for me or not? Or you'll be next. In the cave, with a hint of irony, the voice came again. The cloud dances languidly to fold up double eyes. The eye ground light is dark some then pale some, finally special doubt way. You say you a ghost, want a free to do what? His response was an irrefutable silence. After a long time, a sigh came from the cave. I thought you were a summoner and could help me go out. Now your words wake me up. Since I'm useless to go out, it's better to stay with me and have fun. Then we'll go down and stay with you. The cloud dances, the corners of his mouth are twinkling, and a smile of calculation emerges. He jumps and falls into the dark cave, followed by Long Qingxie and others. The wind force that the man just used was absolutely not driven by ordinary force. She always felt that there was some special connection between the wind force and the heart of wind force. Although she didn't know what it was absolutely the right choice to go down and see the ghost. Hurricane whistling in the ear, clothes clank, determined voice constantly tearing, messy, they have reached the bottom of the hole. Quiet. It's the same feeling they've had since they came down. There are the gloomy in the ancient tombs, the quiet of the millennium-old Tam, and the cool of the hurricane cliff. How dare you jump down? Cloud Dance is to explore around with mental force, did not find the ghost, but found a tomb that shocked her. Or you frowned a willow eyebrow, the eye ground flits a silk vigilance. Ha ha ha. A burst of harsh laughter reverberated in this space, so that everyone immediately sealed the eardrum with strength. Little girl, come in here, I will satisfy all your doubts, but these messages will stay here forever. He means he'll make her understand? She sneered. How many people want to take her life? How many more people can take it? However, if this can help him to solve her doubts, it is also a sure way to make money. You have your scheme and I have my scheme. Let's see who uses it. Let's clear our first doubt. Or you. Shengguan walked around and asked casually. He always felt that there was a kind of gloomy feeling, some familiar and some strange. I'm the 9th priest of the Phoenix clan. When you talk, can you show up? Cloud Dance frowns so it looks like it's really talking to a ghost. Suddenly, in the dim space, a figure appeared, like a ghost, but only wearing a white robe. Do you feel that you are not abrupt enough? The 9th priest? That must have been 1,000 years ago? Long Qingxie's golden eyes sank down the road. The man nodded, looking at a strange appreciation in his eyes. It seems that you still know about the Phoenix family. I was imprisoned here 1,000 years ago. Did the Phoenix family have any great changes 1,000 years ago? Situlan's hands encircled his chest. In this space, he found several obvious cracks, which should be caused by the impact of huge forces. If it wasn't for the traces of fighting, it would never appear this form. Boy, you're right. As soon as the old man's figure floated and disappeared, he had already come to the front of the clouds. Do you want to hear about things thousands of years ago? Cloud Dance glanced at him, cold and proud, love to say not to say. She concluded that if he didn't say it, he would feel sick. I don't want to hear what I have to say. Ghost Ain, appear again but don't know where to fall. Thousands of years ago, there was a fierce battle between the Phoenix family and the Dark Evil Beast family. Almost the whole family of the Dark Evil Beast family was destroyed, and there were only a few left of the Phoenix family. The guardian god died, the Phoenix family was destroyed, and I was also imprisoned. When it comes to the past, his tone is extraordinarily calm, but Yunwu hears a trace of loneliness in it. You can imagine what a bloody game it was, the power of the Dark Beast. She felt that the Phoenix clan could eliminate all the Dark clan, leaving only one Dark Beast, which also paid too much. With the disappearance of the patron saint, the imprisonment of the priests and the destruction of the old nest, the Phoenix clan thousands of years ago should have been disintegrated, and now it is admirable to be able to return to such a noble status. It's a pity that if we don't stop what's going to happen now, the Phoenix family will repeat the mistakes of 1,000 years ago. Why are you telling us that? Cloud Dance finally found the shadow in the corner, some puzzled asked. Although she wanted to know about these things, she didn't ask. He volunteered to say them, but she didn't quite understand. Why did she take the initiative to mention the previous things to her? These things have been in my heart for thousands of years. Now I finally meet people. How can I not tell others about them? So that's the reason he wanted to tell her, simple and rude, ah. When everyone relaxed their vigilance, a pig-like roar came from the distance. Cloud Dance looks back, looking at the figure of Shangguan running away at top speed, willow eyebrow twists slightly, pinched by ghost. There's only one ghost here. Where's the ghost coming from? It's not a ghost. It's something more terrifying than a ghost. Shangguan jumped up to Yunwu and touched his arm. His expression was more terrible than seeing ghosts. Cloud Dance suspiciously glances at him, glances at the direction of Shangguan's running out. As soon as the figure sweeps, it goes in that direction. Little girl, you can't get in there. The ghost flash, instantly block in the cloud around. If you want me to be here with you, can you defend me every day? Cloud Dance pig eyebrows, slightly provocative. The old ghost's expression was distorted, and his figure was hidden, making way for Yunwu. Let Weifu have a look. Without waiting for Yunwu to get up, a white figure had already floated in. Looking at the white figure, Yunwu picked his mouth slightly and followed him closely. And the rest of those people and that old devil opened up contact. The specific content should be about the heart of the wind. When Yunwu saw the evil figure of dragon again, he stood motionless at the door of a stone room, as if he was looking at something interesting. I'm so absorbed in it that there's not a naked beauty in it, is there? Cloud Dance a smile more than a trace of expectations. Naked beauty is not as good as you. Long Qingxia turned around and fished Cloud Dance into his arms. Yu said, it's not as good as your naked appearance. Go to hell. Cloud Dance took the opportunity to give him a heavy fist. Think of the naked was he saw all over. She was angry not to hit a place this evil. In the quiet chamber of secrets, the only bright place in the cave, the light just like the snow-covered crystal, just like the pouring of silver moonlight, only lit up the small chamber of secrets. When she saw the scene in the stone room, although not as exaggerated as Shangguan, she was also shocked. In the stone chamber, there are 2 blue stone coffins and a pile of white bones, as well as 2 non-rotten corpses. One has a bronze dagger in his heart, and the other is strangled by silver wire around his neck. Those white bones are all human skulls and body parts, 1 by 1 skulls, in the bright light, especially strange and gloomy. There seems to be something special about this coffin. Long Qingxia looked at the coffin with his eyebrows. The coffin was surrounded by green awns, like the spiritual power of the coffin itself. Yunwu looked at the coffin with a red flame phoenix tattooed on it, but she felt as if she had seen the shape of the phoenix somewhere, and there was a line written on the side of the coffin. The tomb of the guardian god of the beast family. The patron saint of the phoenix family? Yunwu was a little surprised that the tomb of Phoenix guardian god was here. Was she also imprisoned here? Suddenly, her eyes were attracted by a bright pearl. The light in the whole stone room seemed to be illuminated by it. At this time, the golden light of the dragon in my mind reappears. The specific function of the pearl is not recorded. Is there anything else that is not recorded in detail? Jilingzhu, it sounds like it's very powerful. It's only used for lighting here, isn't it a bit wasteful? Looking back at the dragon, Yunwu picks his eyebrows. A trace of gloom passes through his golden eyes, and then he nods. He found the abnormal Cloud Dance in the fundus of his eyes, but as he didn't find it, he resolutely extended his magic hand to the pearl, which was slow and tormenting. "Don't touch it!" A very angry roar rang out. After Yunwo got the Ju Lingzhu, the old ghost looked at the Ju Lingzhu in Yunwu's hand, looking dull. Cloud Dance looking at the hand suddenly bright unusual move of gather spirit bead, tiny Siu eyebrow. "You what?" Ju Lingzhu came into her hands, and seemed to be a little restless. The bright light just now was a little hot. She felt that the palm of her hand seemed to be burned by something. "Throw it away." "Ah!" There was a rapid cry and a cry of pain. After two sharp voices, the stone chamber fell into a dead silence. Cloud Dance collapsed to the ground. Dragon Qing Evil will hold her in his arms, golden eyes dark but with a smile of satisfaction. And the old man looked at the empty hands of Cloud dancing, and his face was dull again. "Little girl, do you want to kill me?" Coma in the hazy, Cloud Dance seems to hear the old ghost in her ear constantly creak crooked, while complaining while resentment, a moment also does not stop. It seems that he is saying something. This bead is his only hope to open the border. But his hope was now hers, though not her own. In the quiet stone room, occasionally a wind of the lunar calendar comes, blowing away the hair and stirring the clothes. The two figures stand opposite each other, a touch of strange, with the breath of killing, running back and forth. "When did you find out?" In the strange atmosphere, there was a chill of doubt. "What you do is flawless, and what you say is flawless." The evil smile of the dragon is as dangerous as the poppy chestnut growing on the edge of a cliff. It can make people fall into hell in the next second. "But you found out." Looking at the dragon Qing Xia, the old ghost with a cold smile some ferocious, "Where on earth did you find out?" He didn't feel that there was something wrong with him. He found his disguise. "People smell like people. Do you know what you smell like?" A touch of cold voice, such as winter frost swept, hypocritical, shameless, disgusting taste. Cloud Dance looking at the old ghost, the corner of the mouth yawn with a sneer. "On this point of acting, who do you think you can cheat?" Speaking of acting, her acting is not bad. "Ha ha ha." The old ghost raised a smile and cried, "Now that you have found out, I won't play with you. If you don't want to die here, open the border." "Little thing, now the fate of all people is in your hands, you are the master." Dragon Qing Evil Feng I a hook, extremely frightening heart and spleen, the tone of speech but no joke. Cloud Dance smile jaw head, of course she knows, now she is the master. Looking back at the old ghost, she thought coldly, "Before opening the border, I still have a few questions to ask. I'm satisfied with what I can answer. If I leave together, I can't be satisfied. We don't mind playing with you." Smell speech, the old ghost ferocious face in creeps, after silence for a while, still compromise. "Then you ask after asking if you still want to play any tricks, I will deal with you one by one." Cloud Dance a smile is full of irony. Jilingdan is the only power belonging to the summoner. Only the summoner can use its own spiritual power, and it will only let the summoner be the master. This should be the reason why the old ghost brought her in. Originally, he wanted to cheat her out of her trust. First he opened the border, and then he cleaned up some of them. Unexpectedly, after she entered the stone room, she found everything. He wanted to let her eat the Jilingdan, but he was afraid that he could not make sure of her. She hesitated all the time, so she pushed the boat with the current, helped him make a choice, and controlled the dominant power. Ever heard of the heart of the wind? When the old ghost heard that Yunwu mentioned the heart of wind, his face turned to one side. Now his face was full of convulsions. "How do you know the heart of the wind?" The old ghost stares at Yunwu with fierce eyes. "You just need to know that you'll never get out of here without me." Cloud Dance picks eyebrows. He does not have the right to ask her questions now. The old ghost glared at Yunwu and said in a cruel voice, "The heart of the wind is the sacred thing of the Phoenix people thousands of years ago. It disappeared in the war thousands of years ago. Who ever owned it?" Cloud Dance's tiny squint eyes stare at the old ghost's expression for a moment, not instantaneous. After she asked, the old ghost's face slightly changed. That instant she knew the answer. Are you right? The old ghost bowed his head and remained silent for a long time. Finally he nodded. She guessed right. The strong wind that cut off the mountains and dead trees was the power of the heart of the wind, which was why she knew the danger and wanted to jump down. What the hell is that? Why do you have so many questions? The old ghost's face suddenly looks up and stares at the clouds. His face is very twisted. His eyes are blood red and exude strange blood color. His face is as thin as a skeleton. His eyes are tightly sunken and his tusks are protruding. If she were a normal person, she would have lost her soul. Unfortunately, she is not a normal person. Do you answer or not? Old ghost Canthus Fang's eyes fierce, it seems to have nearly collapsed, but still forced to endure under the anger, is a kind of control of wind crystal things. What is Fengning crystal? Cloud Dance frowns. I have never heard of it. There are many elements in the wind. Fengning crystal is one of the purest elements. It's the witchcraft of the ancient Phoenix people. You don't understand it. Please open the border to me. The old ghost roared violently, and the whole cave trembled faintly. The constant echo of the ghost's cry made Yunwoo feel that the voice of the ghost was really so desolate, even an angry and violent old ghost. If I understand, I still need you to say, be specific. Cloud Dance's eyes are cold, and a pair of purple pupils stare at the old ghost, which looks strange in the dark. The dark smell of the body is winding around, the long hair is slowly drifting away, the danger is amazing, the bloodthirsty is cold. The old ghost looks at this scene, unconsciously shivers. This feeling, how do you think she is the real ghost? The old ghost's fierce anger unexpectedly unconsciously retreated, and finally completely lost its momentum. Like farming beans, it is a good idea to extract the essence of beans. The heart of the wind can extract the essence of the wind and make it urgent. The old ghost's tone became flat and explained patiently. Cloud Dance slightly jaw head, purple pupil eyes in the faint burning of a cluster of flame, danger burned to the old ghost. Where's my friend? In another chamber. The old ghost bowed his head respectfully and glanced at Yunwoo. He thought she would be angry and fly him away, but she nodded very quietly. Yunwoo regains its momentum and recovers its usual indifference. The heart of wind has disappeared thousands of years ago. No wonder we haven't heard its whereabouts all the time. It's troublesome to find something lost thousands of years ago. Did it make the boundary? Dragon Ching Xie looked at one of the blue stone coffins, stroked the phoenix totem seal on it, and asked thoughtfully, besides him, who else has the ability to die with me? Looking at the blue stone coffin, the old ghost looked ferocious for a moment, then strangely showed an ugly smile. But he died. I still have a little consciousness, or he lost. Long Qingxia's golden eyes were slightly astringent, and his thin lips were slightly picked up. The priest of the Phoenix family, betraying the Phoenix family, getting this end, is really too light. In a word, two people were surprised. You mean he? Cloud Dance's eyes changed slightly. What are you talking about? The old ghost's voice became angry. The evil looking back at the old ghost, step by step toward him, the old ghost step by step back, golden eyes with a trace of killing flame. At that moment, the dragon is strange. I mean you lost. Dragon Ching Xie suddenly stopped, laughing chilly. You. The old ghost seemed to see something unbelievable, and his whole body could not help shaking slightly. Are you all right? Yunwoo walks to Longqingxi with cool eyes. At this moment, Longqingxi is really weird. If it wasn't for the familiar smell, she would really think that he was possessed by something. Long Qingxia put away his strange look and danced to the clouds with a charming smile. Little thing, are you scared by Weifu? Hold for your husband. She was wrong to worry about him. Long Qingxia put the cloud dance in her arms, the thin lips of evil spirit on her neck, and a trace of ambiguous atmosphere lit up the whole stone room in an instant. The old ghost couldn't help parting his head when he saw this scene. At that moment, a strange radiance appeared between the dragon's evil lips. The thin lips opened slightly in her ear, and the next second had restored the ambiguity. Get out of here. Yunwoo pushes the dragon away, arranges his clothes unnaturally, leaves him cold and stays in front of the blue stone coffin. The old ghost laughs at this scene, and then looks at the cloud dance behind Long Qingxie. Young is good, little girl. You know what you want to know. It's time to open the border for me? Because the location of Long Qingxie Station just blocks the sight of the old ghost. The old ghost can't see the shadow of cloud dance. The border is open. Do you need a corpse to live? Whose body do you want? The indifferent voice rang from behind the dragon. The next second, the dragon moved 2 steps to the left. When the old ghost saw the cloud dance, his face suddenly changed, and his face suddenly became stiff. Yunwoo was squatting in front of the sarcophagus of the patron saint of the Phoenix nationality, with a line of golden words on the sarcophagus. This is the boundary. The people in the boundary must be killed. The ghosts in the boundary must be destroyed. Yunwoo stood up and drew a perfect curve at the corner of his mouth. Do you think I'll kill you or keep you? Otherwise, let's make a deal. Maybe I can promise not to kill you. What qualifications do you have to deal with me? Between the words, the figure of the old ghost on the opposite side is hidden. When he shows up again, his figure has doubled. The old ghost looked at the cloud dance and dragon poor evil, arrogantly looked up at the sky and laughed. The unreal shadow constantly changed position, for a while in the wall, for a while in the surface. It seemed that there was no place he could not go. Only outside the border. It doesn't matter if you don't agree. Cloud dance lips a hook, got up and walked to a coffin, along with the situation lay down, looked up and down for a while, unexpectedly, and her body shape exactly match, can't help but face a black. This is what rhythm. Then she gave a light smile, which was lazy. Kill me if you don't promise. There's no shortage of coffins here. Long Qingxie looks at the cloud dance, and some rogues lie on the coffin. There is a trace of helplessness in his eyes. This little thing, are you threatening me? A voice of great anger was aroused. Yes. Cloud dance answers indifferently. The old ghost saw that Yunwoo's answer was clean and neat. He was temporarily speechless. After a long time, he could not bear to kill him and said, talk about the deal. Cloud dance a turn over and sit, action neat domineering, happy, tell me the whereabouts of the heart of the wind, other what all say. Old ghost a listen, the facial expression changed again. Cloud dance help forehead, this old guy chameleon not become? This moment's effort has changed from frosted eggplant to tomato sauce. I tell you, can you really open the border and let me go? I said I would let you go and never break my promise. In the ancient battlefield thousands of years ago, that is, under the ground of the Phoenix clan, but the entrance is extremely secret and complex. If I can go out, I will take you. Cloud dance slightly jaw head, lip angle enchanting radiant lifted, jumped down the sarcophagus to the dragon, then looked outside, indifferent way. You don't plan to come out? As her voice fell, several figures suddenly appeared outside the stone room. Looking at Nangong Yi and other 5 people, the old ghost regretfully glanced past a trace of horror, and then changed into a smiling face and said, you guys wake up soon. Thanks to you, we just made a turn in this hole. Nangong Yi glances at the old ghost indifferently. His voice is warm and mellow, but with a trace of coldness. So you've all found out. Old devil, your IQ is really worrying. As a summoner, do you think you can do this trick well in front of her? Shangguan disdained sneer, looking at the old ghost Taiching face more happy. Good, good. The old ghost nodded angrily. It seems that you are not going to untie the border? The solution is to solve it only after destroying you. Her lips a hook, black flame sword has appeared in the hand. The magic power of Zhu Lingzhu that she just swallowed has been mixed into her whole body, but it seems that the power can only burst out in a moment, so it can't be used to deal with this old ghost. It is clearly written on the sarcophagus that the Phoenix clan fought 1,000 years ago only because he colluded with the Dark Beast family and helped the Dark Beast pass the border, which led to a 1,000-year catastrophe. In order to trap him, The patron saint of the Phoenix clan and several elders used their own strength to create the border. From then on, the old ghost was imprisoned for thousands of years, and they died with him in the border. As for the origin of these sarcophagus, she still couldn't understand. How could there be several sarcophagus in a closed border? Is it the old man's conscience? She felt that there was little possibility. I haven't been active for thousands of years. I'll have a good time with you today. The voice of Ainley resounds. The black shadow comes in an instant, the ferocity of thunder. The black flame dagger split the shadow into two, but it didn't stop its speed. Damn it! Cloud Dance cursed. How could he forget that the old man could enter and leave the wall and floor at will, and how could he be cut off? Shwa! Two flames light up the space. Cloud Dance's two palms ignited fire elements respectively, directly illuminating the shadow close at hand. Against the background of the fire, a cold and bloodthirsty smile emerges, especially creepy under the baptism of red light. Broken! Cloud Dance sneer, palm a wave, two fire phoenix rub ran toward the old ghost attack. You are empty, they are also empty, just see who is more powerful. Looking at the figure of the old ghost retreating abruptly, she laughed more bloodthirsty. Xiao Wu, what else do you want to talk to him about? It's time to solve it. Shangguan didn't know where to get an apple. He said while chewing it. They are tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.